I haven't actually loaded the game.
I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be here this morning. I do have a lot to
Oh,
do.
that's okay. Very loud.
Oh.
No, it's my headphones have gone loud. The oh, actually, what am I plugged into? That didn't go down there when I did that. Hold on. Oh, yes, it does. Hello. Anyway, hello to Sword, hello to Kaz, and hello to Lone Pine.
Yes, hello to them all. Where are they?
Live somewhere else, like in the internet somewhere. Anyway, I got my hard drive.
The SSD.
Yeah, it's
Very nice.
marginally better. It's not like it's not like really.
Not leaps and
It's
bounds.
not, well, it's not going to be, is it? Because the game's not like that. But I've not tried it with other ones yet, so it's not. I didn't buy it just so I could reload stuff. Oh, it's Jeff. It's Jeff over on Mixer. Hello, Jeff.
And what is it that you're doing today, since I can't see you?
I'm just sitting and waiting. That's what the thing is. Well,
New ships?
waiting for the hyperdrive. Where am I here for? Where's my ship then? Hold on, what? Look, is it underneath the ground again? I've literally just spawned. I've just spawned.
I was almost screaming at my desk yesterday because you kept panning the camera all around it. Like, just go a little lower. Turn around. Do it.
It's underneath.
The comment just wasn't going to go fast enough.
It's underneath, and it's like phased through the bottom of the thing. But I've loaded on top of the platform, which I don't want. I wanted it there, so when you can sell my chlorine, I'm gonna I'll just reload actually.
Yeah, you got a new hard drive. You can reload.
I can go through I wonder how long. Oh, there's nothing coming. I'll get in the. I'll just quickly go to the space station back. Yeah, I've got it, Jeff. It's like I've tested it, and if you load in the space station, it's about 21 seconds without it and about 16, 17 with it. So I think that's quite. I'll take that. I've not tried any other games yet. I want to try like The Long Dark or something, because that's got loading. That's got a bit of loading in it that would be nice to eliminate. That would probably do it, because that's loading actual stuff. This is like making it, isn't it? It's not like. It's not loading anything off anything. It's just creating. Some of the assets are going to be quicker done, but I'm guessing it's like. I test it. You always test when the textures and stuff pop in on things. I did a little fly around. It looked pretty good.
Yeah. So 5 minutes later, yeah, you'll be able to test it.
I'm gonna go back now because I want my ship in a reasonable place. If you land your ship on the pad, you
Best friends forever and ever. Oh, friend.
Friend. Why are my headphones? Thank you to Andy on something. I don't know what it was on now. I have to do something with my sound because we go on Twitch. Thank you, Andy. Didn't say there's anyone on Twitch. Yeah, got a floating ship. Brilliant. Love that. That's good because it's right. It's right where I can get into it, and then what I do is I'm parking. I'm landing over here where no ship can go, where it can't push me off the bloody landing pad again, like the other day. Oh, something's already landing there. You troll. Oh, it's alright, it hasn't. Yeah, I don't know if you see it, but I was up on top of... Oh, you did see it. Of course you saw it, I remember. Right.
At least finish the sentence. Remember what?
When I got pushed off the top of the thing. When I was up here.
Oh, that. Yes, that was fun.
Bloody hell, I nearly crap myself. Because in mid-air... It's about up there, wasn't I? Just like coming back down again. I know I've got a lot of batteries and it seems to power everything up now. I haven't checked if I've got
And I was saying from way back before Foundation, I have a video of me like just timing it perfectly and jumping onto the back of a ship as it lifted off from a trading post, and I got stuck in a walking animation as the ship carried me off into orbit, and I'm like, what the hell do I do? Do I jump? Do I see if I can make it to orbit or not? But I took the jump and just coasted back to the planet.
Oh, you might have got to the space station. You might have gone in the space station and get a lift.
I have to say that I was afraid that I would die, so I decided not to stay on it, and I just jumped off.
Thing is, though, you might have gone to the space station. You get off, and then you ain't got a ship.
And back at that time, before the Foundation update, yeah, that was probably true.
That video I was watching the other day, though, that video that everyone was watching, it showed that people's ships flying off without them. That never happened to me, luckily. I waited 2 weeks.
That video, are we considering it one of those videos that we don't name now?
I'm just saying everyone knows what that video is, and I don't really like saying the N Gooding. N Gooding's not a word. I don't think so, anyway.
You're right. It's an good ending and goodness.
Just, it'd be the redemption of. That sounds better.
I'm sure it's not the only redemption video out there. So why are people making such a big deal out of this one?
Because he's got loads of subs, hasn't he? Be 2 million.
Popularity.
It'd be 2 million now, I reckon. It was getting close.
So that's it. It's all just popularity.
Can't argue with popularity, can you?
I can. But what the hell?
Oh, there's the one. Oh, no, it isn't. Right. Oh, S-Class. Not one I want, but an S-Class. Hauler. Right, I've just picked up 10,000 oxygen, so that's good.
That's good.
Out of me.
You're still on your chlorine phase?
Yeah, I've got 70.5 million now. I've worked out yesterday you need 240 or something like that to upgrade all the science, all the tech slots.
240 million.
It goes 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 or 23 I think, and you add them together and that's what it goes up. So I'm preempting it now by doing it before I get the ship.
What's the maximum number of tech slots these days?
21.
Really? Do we even have 21 techs to put in the tech slots?
Yeah, I'm going to try it out.
Yes.
Right, you got the hyperdrive stuff and you've got... I want the positron to be upgraded.
Yeah, you can double up on your weapons and all that stuff.
I don't think I'll double up on the weapons though, because I won't be able to see what the weapons are. That's the problem.
Now, if only we had something to do with all of it.
That's the problem with my multi-tool, is that if I want to reload it or change, I can't see what the weapon is, because I won't have any HUD. But if I just get more than one, if I get more than one multi-tool and just have, you know, this is the combat one, this is the scanning one, and I'd know then I wouldn't have to swap it.
You know, I've tried doing it that way, and it's just, after a while, it just gets to be such a drag that You only want one multi-tool to do everything.
But then it is you do have to go into the menu to one side and then all the way over there to swap your multi-tool. So it's not exactly it in triangle, is it? Still, I'd know which one it was because I could see it, but I can't see what if I'm using the bloody tray manipulator on something. I can't even. I can't see what one it is. You can see at the end of the back of the gun. Well, on some guns, I'm not on this one. Can't see what mode that's on now. I've got 2 modes and that's probably the best way of doing it. Or 3 modes even. Phone stream, hello, 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 holla.
Hello.
Oh, it's Pwn Stream. Oh, you know, I forgot who Pwn Stream was then. Pwn Stream, this, what we're playing now is courtesy of mostly you. I say mostly because it wasn't all of Pwn Stream's money. I did have some left. I did have some left over from Christmas, but if it wasn't for Pwn,
Well, at least you're shouting out to your backers.
if it wasn't for Pwn Stream, I'd have bought nothing, and I'd be wasting time literally loading and reloading. Although I haven't done any of that, have I? Done anything yet?
You said you got an SSD, right?
Yeah, it's an external one.
External. Well, how big is it?
It's tiny. It is. I can't show you it because it's plugged in, obviously. But
No. Capacity-wise.
oh, it's 500.
And what did that cost, if you don't mind my asking?
It cost £80, just over.
£80.
Yeah, I think I've
Somewhere between 80 and $100.
I think Pwn Stream was like 43 of it or something like that.
Well, that's nice.
Oh, good. He's helping me out. 07 again.
He's a good egg.
I'll try out more games now to see how good the loading is. I was nearly not going to do it because I thought maybe it won't work, but then I see a Digital Foundry video on literally on external, solid state hard drives, and I thought, well, there's a bit of proof there. They're actually showing it, but it was like they were using it like Fallout and stuff, which has a lot of loading. And it was like was like cutting it in half. Fallout. I might want to just play Fallout now just to see what the benefit. I'll try like what other games have I got that's got loading? The Long Dark, that has got a bit of loading, so if I can use that, can't I? What other one?
I don't know what it is, but I really miss you playing that game. I still don't want to play the game myself, but I want to see somebody else play it. I enjoyed it in hindsight.
I think it'd be not far off playing it because unless suddenly this ship arrives, I can't be doing this constantly. I'm not that patient.
Well, that's not true. You could, but if you want your audience to stick around, that's a different story.
I don't know. I've seen loads of people watching. Like saying that there's a lot of people have gone.
That's because I showed up.
Nah.
That's all right. I'm not doing it for the audience anyway. Did you happen to see my comment about not wanting to do community missions
Oh yeah,
anymore?
I saw that about the politics stuff.
It's just,
That,
you show up on the planet. You don't
I'm
do it, right?
rich beyond my wildest dreams.
You just voluntarily don't really go after the community missions.
no, it's because of it. Well, because of it, I can't really go anywhere. Anyway, 07 to Pwn Stream for donating again. I tell you what. Hold on a second. Do you know what it is? I think my I can't hear stuff because my part oh, that's all the way down.
What can't you hear?
Oh, it's alright. I've got the thing on non-party audio all the way down, and I can't hear. No, that's alright though, isn't it? It doesn't matter. I'm sorry. It's because what I can hear is when Pwn Stream's thing come up, I didn't hear it as much as I think it was the music. I wanted it.
Oh,
I turn it back up. I could hear it, but I might have to tweak that. Because at some point I did something with the sound. Anyway, cheers Pwn Stream again. Yeah, I don't know why there's not a filter for certain like words that you could easily filter out.
Taken out of context, there's nothing wrong with, what's written. It's the context behind it. I landed, got out of the portal, and got hit with at least 3 comm balls talking about Trump 2020. There was a reference to the yellow coats, which I think is a political movement in France, right? For the workers.
Yeah.
See, that one doesn't bother me because, you know, the context it doesn't really affect me. The Trump thing, yeah, that gets under my skin. But then I get to where the mission directs me to go, and there's 1 comm ball in the vicinity, and you can't help but trigger it off because you get too close to it. And it comes up and it says, with apologies to anybody who might think this is offensive, including me, is just, Jews did 9/11. I'm like, really? Does that fucking need to be in this game? God damn it.
You should be able to just filter out any... Yeah, I don't know.
And it's like, you know what? I don't need this, because look at me now. Like, I enjoyed No Man's Sky since the beginning day when it launched. I mean, I've been an addict to it, and I fully admit it, but things like that just ruin the whole frigging experience for me. And then I'm playing NMS mad, and you don't want to do it. You don't want to play NMS
Well,
angry.
cheer up, because we've just got a donation from Sword. Cheers, Sword.
Very nice.
Quick, rant some more. It's lucrative. Come on, give me my ship. So I don't see. I want to reload, but every time I go to reload, a ship lands. So it's the hard drive, isn't it? It's got to be. The hard drive's making these ships come faster, marginally.
God, I hope they fix this too. I am just like going so slow over the ground in the Nomad, and the grass is barely keeping up with me. I hope they managed to fix this.
That was fixed 100%. Before, when Synthesis came out.
At some point it was, right?
When Synthesis came out, it was a major point on the thing, and I went outside the base because that was the one before I restarted, and I had like a grassy base, really loads of grass, and it was like not popping in at all. And then a couple of patches later, it seemed to be coming back again, but it wasn't the same place. But you'd think it would still be the same anywhere you went.
The part about you approach a building in your ship and you have to circle like 4 or 5 times first before you can land, though. That's gotta go. Or am I just being a crabby old man?
No, I was just reading Sword's comment. He said, "Holy crap! I wish I would have waited 2 more minutes before donating. The message would have been Trump 2020." I didn't see what the message was. I missed the message. I wish I should get up. I should put it on, you know, because it's happening every time. No, I'm joking. I should have my Streamlabs desk thing up because I can't see it from here because it's right down there. I can see someone's donated through PayPal. That pops up, but it doesn't tell me what it says. And it takes ages to load. Come on. This tablet's not got a solid state hard. It has actually. I must have. What am I about? Recent events. What did Sword say? Better be nice stuff. I never said anything. Oh, okay. He meant he would have put a comment. Anyway, cheers, mateys. I've got a follower. I've got loads of cash. And I've got to make some chlorine.
Can't forget that.
don't really need to make that. The chlorine's not so important at the moment because I need 200 odd million and stuff. The thing is though, what I should have done is I should have started my like base missions, and I would have had product to sell, wouldn't I? But I thought as soon as I got the last ship, I stopped thinking about that because I thought because I wasn't upgrading anything then. I didn't change the rules until after, and now I've got. I can make some. All my solar panels have just come back on. Oh, do you know what it is? I've just realised what it is. It's my sound.
What?
It's my sound on the PC that's not loud enough. That's why it kept coming through funny.
Radiation protection falling.
Actually, yeah. I'm going to do that then, because now I know what it is. No, that's the wrong way. I'm going to put it halfway up the party audio. That's better. Oh, no, no, no. What am I doing? You idiot. No, because I can't hear the ships landing. I can still hear you, so it's okay.
But can I hear you?
Yeah, because you just answered me.
See, you went and spoiled it.
You see Bottom, is the sitcom Bottom, where he's like, one's an proper alcoholic, just drinking constantly, and he's like, and he looks at him, he goes, how are you still alive? And he goes, I very well may not be. Like that. He's like looking at him like, huh?
I'm not sure I am anymore.
Right, come on. Come on, Jesse, let's cook.
Hold it from there, couldn't I? Son of a bitch. I just went like... I took the Nomad out and went way away from my base just to mine out a little paraffinium for a simple mission. And I got back to my base and I realized, wait a minute, I already have a mining machine and a supply depot set up in my base mining paraffinium specifically. Shit.
Yeah, I stopped refining uranium into ferrite because I just went outside with my ship and just started shooting the ground. That's why if you look around here, you don't see much like close up. There's a couple of bits because I've shot everything up. I've got loads of carbon out of it. Let's see a ship. Where'd it go? Oh, it's there. Don't want it. I just want to see.
You had a Humboldt drive this whole time, you rotten bastard.
Can you buy the submarine, the Nautilon, without doing any missions? Is it in?
Cost you 10.
Is it in the? I haven't got. I think it's it's in the. Yeah, I was up there yesterday actually. Yeah, I just didn't buy it. I never had enough.
I think you have to get the roamer out of the way first, but yes.
Yeah, I've already got the roamer because I did the base archives, didn't I, to get the. What did I use that for? To get the oxygen harvesters, because you can't buy those. If you buy them, I wouldn't go near it. And the loop begins.
Oh, you're not cutting my loot now.
Could I do another free? Maybe I could do another free refiners, another 4 even. I could put them on top. I was looking at that yesterday. If you go into here and then, because it fits, I'd go on top. Like just a stack of refiners. No though. Be observant, come on. That's my ship, don't look at that one. That one's still there.
Do circling ships ever land on landing pads nowadays except at the trading post?
If you're there, I don't think they do, so it's pretty pointless.
But even after I leave, they still seem to
Yeah.
circle around.
I think if you're in the if you're even in the near the base, they don't want to land.
So if you have your own base with your own landing pad and you want other ships to land there, they're never going to land there.
That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a pity.
That's why I haven't built a landing pad on this, just in case it like stops these from landing, because I don't want that.
I understand the problem they were trying to fix, but to give you priority over everybody else, but
It's gone the wrong way.
needs a little more attention, I guess. Oh well, I'm sure they'll take another crack at it.
They're just getting over Christmas, aren't they? Too fat to do anything.
Well, he was Santa Murray, right? We did get the beat, bite, beat, whatever it is.
It's too busy
Beat your bites.
too busy raving it up. Hey, I never pushed the button. Oh. Yeah, I still want a platform that you stand on that stops you getting like hazard. So your hazard protection doesn't go down, so you can be out in the open air.
You already made one.
Yeah, but then I can't. You have to look. You have to go through little gaps.
But all you need is, well, that's true, but at minimum you need what? 2 walls and a roof, and you stand in the corner.
Yeah, but then I can't see everything. Then can I? If I could stay on one.
Ah, you just want everything.
If I just stand on one square like this, just at the top, and just look around, or
You want a holographic tube that you stand in the middle of,
yeah, that's what
so you can look out a 360-degree
I want to be
view.
able to scan through glass. Or I could just make loads and loads and loads of like stuff, but I'm not going to use that. Well, how many have I got? I've still got 92 advanced ion batteries. Most of those I used just like when I was out there doing the oxygen. How many have I got now? Oxygen things. 10. Punch the mic, knock the mic out then. What are you? Rubbish. I can't believe that one yesterday. 80.5.
So you're still in pursuit of the perfect ship, is that it?
Definitely. I can't do anything else. It's the only one out of the explorers that I haven't seen. So just to see it would be alright.
And that's what you're waiting for before you start on your journey? Or are you actually doing something else to your ship?
I can't do anything to it until I get it. Well, I'll build up the hyperdrives, obviously, and then. Is that?
No, I mean, aside from waiting for this perfect ship to land just so you can see it,
Oh no, I'm gonna.
what else do you have to do before you go on your trip?
I have to buy that ship, don't I? I still need it.
Why? Did you have a good enough ship already?
No, well, I broke the rules now anyway, so I can't.
Oh, you're a rule breaker now. What did you do?
No, I would have broke the. I can't. The rule is, I don't know if I wrote it down now. The rule is, if I go above 19 slots, then I can't leave a system. I can't leave the system. And
And that's where we are.
yeah, I've got 21 slots now because to make my ship more expensive. The rules are very simple.
So you're going to have to change out your ship before you
Well, I want to, so I'm going to have to anyway, so it doesn't matter. But say that the rule, say I've got the ship, which obviously I'm not going to swap it out, but let's say I had another ship and I was just flying about. I left the first 2 systems and I found another better ship and I wanted to get that one. The only way I could do it is to make my ship more expensive by upgrading it and then swap it. Because I can't buy the ship.
Okay.
I know it's stupid. I can't buy a ship, but I can spend millions and millions and millions more than the ship's worth to upgrade the other ship to swap it.
Oh crap! I harvested the plants before they were
I
ready.
blame John Hall. Because he pointed out that, well, no, I suspected it. I said, you're probably not going to get the best hyperdrive range just by the 5 tech slots you get in a little ship. You could put all 3 hyperdrive things in, but you wouldn't get the best out of it. So I changed the rules for that. I'm going to sneeze.
Good one.
Bless me. We're not supposed to say bless me anymore. What was Kibble said? Something else.
Another one of the annoying glitches, how your inventory duplicates when you try and work with a storage container.
Oh, I forgot what I was doing then. Is there any point to in permadeath and survival that the refiners don't only have to take stacks of 250? What's the point? Because outside of it, it's like stick anything you want in there.
I'm sorry, what?
You know the refiners, when you put a stack of stuff in a refiner, it's 250 at a time. But in normal, it's just like whatever the limit is to a stack, like 10,000 or whatever it is. So right now I could put in 10,000 chlorine and 10,000 oxygen and just leave it and not have to like keep reloading it. I don't know what the sense of that in permadeath. Why you'd need to have that. Is it just to make it more difficult? Which sounds like a weird thing that I'd be complaining about, but it's I don't know. It's a bit needless, isn't it? You know, I don't actually like keep reloading stuff. I'd like to make my own stuff, but not if it's going to take that much time to keep reloading. Oh, that one's not even finished yet. You dead? Don't you dare turn towards me when I'm trying to scan you. It's getting it goes up the list more. The more and more I try to find ships, the fact that ships can't be scanned as they're landing starts to wind you up, because they're going the slowest they possibly can straight towards you, but somehow your scanners don't like it.
I've come to a life decision. 2 days on a weekend just isn't long enough.
Go and work for Amazon. Not seen the adverts, the Amazon adverts where they get 3 days off a week if you work for Amazon, apparently.
As long as you work, what, 15-hour days?
Probably. You know, my hold on. Small square with 4 small. Small square with 4 small doors may work. That works. Yeah, it does. I did try that actually. That's what Lone Pine just said about having a box. But then I want to put stuff in it like this. So I've opened it up and I have to have space then, don't I? Yeah, my hard drive. I ordered it on Wednesday night. It got dispatched on Thursday afternoon. Got here today. And it was from Spain. But you know, soon it won't.
Is that good or bad?
Soon it won't get it. It'll be taking months to get from Spain, won't it? Unless Telepath brings it with him. I'll tell him to come over.
Very nice. I order stuff from Amazon and have it within 1 or 2 days.
And that's not like fast delivery. That's just the free delivery.
Free delivery.
Just the free delivery, not the Amazon Prime.
Not to pay for it, yeah.
Speedy. Oh, we have got that. Well, I haven't got it on my account, so I didn't, couldn't use it anyway.
Really? Whose account are you using?
No, it is my account I'm using. I don't know who's got Amazon Prime that we use Amazon for. Someone.
Well, if you didn't want me to shoot you, maybe you should have moved. Alright, that only makes sense.
I went to see my mum the other week, and she said that we were talking about Netflix, how cheap we get Netflix, and she was like, "Oh, like, what's the password and all this stuff? Can't you put more people on?" I was like, "You're not having it." I don't think you can. It's devices anyway. I think we've maxed that out. I'm using it twice. I've got it on the laptop and on the netbook, and then whatever it is downstairs on this box. So there's one more I expect free somewhere. Also, I checked the like traffic of who's been using Netflix, and one was saying like about 30 miles away. So maybe someone has got hold of the password or something stupid.
And what did you do about it? Nothing.
I don't know, because it might have been me on a phone somewhere when we went. So I don't know. I can't, because I can't see it.
As the IT guy, that should really be a flag for you to change your password. And I can understand not doing that because it's a pain in the ass. But
I honestly don't think it is, because I don't know. I've never had any.
But you're right. Sometimes my iPhone says, "Oh, your phone was in use," blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't know anybody there, and it turns out that's just the closest like internet.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, because because I used my phone when I was. My phone still says like Stockport or whatever it is on it, and I'm not. So it's obviously forgot to update, sort of thing. And it might be on someone else's phone, a certain person who's not here at the moment phone. So he could have been somewhere else using typing stuff in. I don't know. I don't know why he'd be watching Netflix. And if you're going to watch Netflix, you want your own little account, don't you? And there isn't one. Maybe they're the children. You know, they always have a default for children. Maybe they're watching children's programs.
I always scream that at the TV when I launch Netflix. Who's watching? You know damn well who's watching.
I've run out of oxygen again. Oy. Well, not run out, but I've not got it in my suit. Yeah, I bet you I've got loads in my suit of chlorine, because I haven't. It's all in my ship.
You've got a load in your suit? Is that what you said?
But I always end up putting my chlorine in the wrong place. And I end up with loads of it later, and I don't need it. I don't know if I've got any in my inventory. I've got loads of oxygen.
Aha, piracy time. Does anybody have any salvage modules? I hate that I have to do this. And then again, we all keep asking for a pirate faction, so why not?
You know what? Because of that when Lone Pine said that about the thing, I've got this strange feeling that the chat's not working. It seemed to be a bit. It seemed to be quite a lot behind what we were talking about. Hold on, I'll check.
Weird. Is it because I'm
No,
here?
no, can't be, can it? Looks alright.
Yeah, even the pirates have learned not to bring their salvage freighter modules with me.
No, that's good. I thought it seemed a bit weird. Maybe it's just delayed reaction. Oh, look at them two next to each other. They're both rubbish. More chlorine. Loads of chlorine. Oh, I've run out of. I wish we could have like ship scanners that scan, like you put a bit of tech down and it says an S-Class is coming. You go, ooh, let's have a look at the S-Class. It's not the right one. And then you get a better scanner. And what was that? I saw a flash on my screen and nothing's popped up.
Wasn't me, I swear.
I don't know, I thought it was like an email or something. Getting distracted now. Right.
Huzzah! After 20 minutes, I got a pad at the trading post.
Did anyone see Sword get that freighter yesterday? It was so jammy.
I'm afraid I
One of
did
the
not.
first ones, he like. Well, that wasn't the first battle he did, but it was straight away. Did this one battle, walked on. It was a 34 and 9. Obviously S class. And I like the laugh he did. It was quite funny. It sounded like he sounded like an evil genius.
An evil scientist,
like-
yeah.
Like that. I'll have to go on the other other Permadeath save one day, which is probably quite soon at this rate. To hold on. No, I've left. That's it. Come here. And I can buy a freighter or 5. No, I can't buy 2, can I? Where are you landing? Where's he landing? He changed then. This hauler was going towards my landing spot, and it went, oh, and I turn around now. Didn't realise. You couldn't see my tiny little ship. I'm not going to go for that price. I need to upgrade my jetpacks a little bit more. See, that's the problem. When I leave, I'm not going to know how strong my jetpacks are because they won't be upgraded. So when I'm HUDless, I can't see it like going up and down. So I have to I'll go to some water and test it. Hopefully there's nothing in there that eats me. No, that's still not good enough. Yeah. I did think that, but I just, for some reason, I thought it was a bit like I was getting paranoid that the stream had paused or something. Yeah, I did try it. I did do that the first time I did it, and then I just thought it just seemed a bit too narrow to poke your head out for a second, I suppose, couldn't you? It wasn't that bad. Before I got me, I was going outside, just walking back in again, so I could have done that. But I wanted a place to put my refiner and all that while I was doing it. I'd take that. Well, anyway, the other voice you can hear is Fusion. Just remembered that.
Hello.
I just remembered it's like 51 minutes in and I didn't introduce you. But you know what that is, don't you? Because there's no introductions necessary.
Did anybody ask anyway?
No, exactly, that's what I mean.
Then maybe they can't hear me.
Yeah, they... Hold on. Speak. Start speaking.
Radiation protection.
Yeah, you peaked.
I have nothing
You've
to say.
peaked on the thing, so you must have done.
No, I've peaked all right many, many years ago. It's all downhill now.
The fact is, I could speak over you and it goes down a bit. It doesn't do that as much anymore, actually. My mic's too close to my mouth there. I did something to the sound one the other week, where I reset all the filters and stuff like an idiot. I didn't know what exactly it was on. I should have just done a screenshot. But you'd think there was a restore button or an undo, but there isn't. So if you reset your thing, I might tweak or mess around with it. Just haven't had the time. I'm either doing this or asleep. Or it's the night and I can't be sitting there testing the microphone. I've already got 750 oxygen. See, that it's gone faster than it did. Hold on, 50. What is it on? 750, and I was about 15 minutes in. Yeah, that's about right, actually. I think I just got impatient. Oh, I was probably reloading. That was what it was. Oh, what a stupid thing to do. So yes, last night when I was waiting for oxygen to I was probably reloading midway through, and then the time was going backwards. When it does it do that? It does. Of course it does. So I was going, why is it still on 250s? Because I was loading back at 250. No, it should. No. Doesn't the harvester work in real time? So whether I load or not, I don't know actually. Test that.
And for all you know, it's a bug.
No, it must do, because if you save at night and come back the next day, the game doesn't know it's the next that you've it's been. The game does know it's been all those hours, because that's how you harvest stuff. So it must be.
Yes, it has to.
Yeah. So if I'm reloading my save, doesn't that still load up harvest the stuff? I don't know.
Thing is, you can't even be sure anyway. Or you know that's the way it's supposed to work, but it doesn't really work that way.
It doesn't really matter, because I have to. There's not enough time for me to do the chlorine and then reload, and then because the ships are coming in anyway. I definitely missed a ship, a little one I wanted yesterday night. And I was sitting there thinking, I wonder what one it was.
Oh, I miss the vortex cube caves.
What have you got? Loads of pearls down there.
No, I mean like from the beginning. Remember when there was those occasional planets where there would be hundreds of vortex cubes laid out in the caves?
I never really did see at the beginning. Right at the beginning, I did.
You never saw those?
At the beginning, I just didn't. I don't know what I was doing right at the beginning. I was just walking about. I never really picked.
Those things were great. If you could find a cave with hundreds of vortex cubes, and you could go to the space station where someone would buy them because they were starred, you could make a killing. And the problem was you had no way to mark where the cave was, but you wanted to come back.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking that earlier. When were combos put in the game?
They weren't in the original. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
they weren't.
There was no need. Nobody else could see
Yeah,
you.
that's what I was thinking.
But I mean, also things like a beacon that you could return to. They weren't in the
Yeah.
original release. So unless you remembered exactly where the vortex cube cave was, all you could do was go and find another one. Thankfully, they were pretty easy to find.
It must have been like maybe Pathfinder. I know no, Foundation had save points. I know that. I remember because I used to sit in caves and save and like walk about for ages without my ship.
True, yes.
So it might have been around then that the text came in. I'm sure it was before we had the orbs that there was the comballs.
Ugh, the orbs. There's an ugly memory. Seems so far away and distant now, doesn't
Lone
it?
Pine says I was going.
Player orbs.
Lone Pine says I was going to ask who the other voice was, but I didn't want to be rude.
Hello. That's alright, they're not here to see me anyway.
I know they didn't know you were going to be there.
Neither did I. Kind of glad you did, though. Thank you. It's actually changed my mood from being so sour about the community mission.
What's that noise? Oh, my PlayStation. Bloody hell. It's making a noise now.
Does it say anything like, ooh, get out of the house?
It's saying this hard drive's getting hot. No, it isn't actually. It's on. It's to my right. I think it's just a sound effect. Oh, chat turned off. It's a bit bloody close to me then, wasn't it? When I see the Magnificent Spear, that's the ship I'm the most want. Because it's got an S in Spear just above the just above where the A is, I'm like, oh, every time.
Oh.
Look at that. Look. If you look at that, if you just not, if you quickly go, and then you see an S, that's what you're looking for every time. You're not looking for an A.
And then it's all Dr. Zoidberg. Oh.
Oi, where am I going? Lots of A's dropping those.
I don't know.
Lots of A's dropping. Right, I'm gonna take this out of here and do that on its own because it's out of sync. Another A, bloody hell.
Oh god, I'm doing it again. I cannot resist picking up vortex cubes and electrical balls for some reason.
Oh, I did love that at the beginning. Just like picking up that stuff.
It's just an itch I can't scratch. Every time I see a cave with them, I have to pick them up and sell them. I don't know why. I don't need them, certainly. I used to do the same thing with Thamium-9 all the time. I would just see it and hoard it for some reason.
I was watching the old videos yesterday, or was it yesterday, or yesterday and the day before? Just me going around picking up plutonium and Thamium-9.
Just because, right?
Because you needed it for your ship, didn't you? Oh, hello to Mamaro? Over on Twitch. Yeah, I'm looking for a specific... See this one here? Actually, I'll demonstrate. I'll demonstrate indoors. I'll look around first. See, a couple of weeks back, probably wasn't a couple of weeks back, it's probably more than that. I found this. I was looking for a hyperdrive range of... Hold on a second. No. I was looking for a ship with a hyperdrive range of... I've lost it again. 80.9, 180.9, because that's what we thought the max hyperdrive was at the time because of misleading information I got off someone. I don't know who it was now. Someone?
No, who
it
was
wasn't
it?
you. I'm not saying it. I can't remember who it was. Genuinely,
It wasn't me, because I
Yeah.
wouldn't have cared.
it was
still
somewhat.
don't.
We were talking. It might have been Sword actually. No, it wasn't Sword. It was someone who thought, I don't know actually, because it was a few people, because I wanted to know what it was, and I asked Zane, and he said he'd never seen it used to be 65%, didn't it? He said he'd never seen an actual 65%. So it made everyone think that it was a 0.9, that was what it was going to be. So I found that ship thinking it was the max, and then I did a bit of research myself and found out that actually the max is 180.1, nice round number. So now I've got to wait. Now I've got to wait for that one to drop. I've got to put my hyperdrive back. So all I'm looking for is where it says hyperdrive range and then S class. S class. And I was going to say, and I will take an S class with. There you go. There's an S class. I will take any Explorer, or a 19 anyway, at this point. But it's 163.6. It's rubbish.
It is rubbish.
Remember when it used to be 65 and that was good? Now we look at 60s and think, oh, rubbish. I don't know if it's more. It's probably more. It's probably more rare to find a good one now, maybe, because there's such a range from 60 to 80. You know, that's a big. Is it 60 to 80? Or is it 45 to 80?
An hour? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's how long we've been going for. Doesn't seem like it, does it?
No, I asked for the nearest manufacturing facility, and I'm in the Romer, mind you, and it says it's an hour away. I'm like, really? That's the closest one? In that case, I want to get off this planet as soon as possible.
Yeah, and in the meantime, I'm making chlorine, so I can make the money to upgrade my slots. That's basically what I'm doing now. So I've got 76 million. I need 200 odd so far. So while I look for it, that's why I've got my little perch. I've had one that's bloody close to it as well.
Oh, sure. The abandoned building. That's only 2 minutes away. Oh, sure. Also, why do you get observatories when you ask for distress signals? Are they in distress? They run out of tea?
They tell you where things are in distress. Do you know tea bags aren't biodegradable? A lot of them.
What are they made of?
They're made of paper, but it got bits of plastic in them to bind them together. It's a big scandal over here.
Was it really?
I watched a program where
What are you supposed to do now? Switch to loose tea?
that's what they did say actually. No, there's people putting like tea bags in their compost, and then they noticed that there was all this white stuff like in the compost. It wasn't like rotting.
Wasn't degrading?
Yeah. So
Well,
there are
I'm kind of taking up the same thing.
there are some that are just paper, but the big brands aren't.
You have Keurig K-cups over there?
What? Say again.
They're like coffee pods. You put them in a special coffee maker made by Keurig.
Oh, we've got like other ones not that make specifically, like Tassimo and stuff like that.
But it's a plastic cup filled with
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I've been thinking I should cut down on that because it's like a one-shot
Oh yeah.
plastic cup that goes right to recycling or more likely the landfill.
Yeah, we used to.
So I'm trying to cut down on that now and buy loose coffee instead.
Yeah, we used to use that quite a bit. We haven't, not so much anymore.
After all, the governments aren't going to save the planet. I suppose somebody has to.
I've
I've done it again. I brought the frigging government back into it. God.
We go a 31 and 4 S-class hauler. Not bad. Did they want to see me walk straight into the wall then? If there had been collision in this game, I would have fell straight back. I'd love that. If you just went, damage yourself, damage yourself, damage yourself. Someone's done that though. Someone in Hello Games has been walking up against walls for hours just to test them. They go, no, that's solid.
Come on, is that really a possibility?
Although they wouldn't have tested that.
We still get out of ships and fall through planets. Do you think someone's really walking into a wall to test it?
I've never fallen out. I've never fallen through a planet.
Really?
Nope. The only time I fell through a planet is when I don't know which one it was. I think it might be Foundation, Pathfinder, one of those two, where when you crashed near a planet, when you got killed near a planet, you end up crash landed, wouldn't you? You'd have to go and fix your ship again, and you used to get a ship on your side like crashed, and when you got in and out again, it would push you through the bottom of the floor. That was the only time. But they did fix it pretty soon after. But I've never walked along and just slipped down.
Look at you.
Huh?
My favorites were the ones where you arrived at the planet for the first time and none of the textures loaded, so you just sunk into it like it was just entirely made of water and nothing else. Good times, huh? Good times. That damn building go. An hour by Romer. Ugh, I don't think so. But I'm gonna be stupid and do it anyway, so. Yeah, actually, I kind of like this. When I have time to play the game for that long, just to get in the Romer and go these absurdly long distances. And then I'll regret it 3 hours later because there's no place to call the ship.
I like doing that. I just like walking off. That's what I'm going to do. What I do is, when I leave the next system, when I leave, I'm going to do that thing I did where I just have the most minimal sort of resources and build it back up again. I like doing that.
I think that's how I'm going to end it all in real life. I'm just going to walk off into the distance. Did you ever see, did you see the movie Chronicles of Riddick?
No.
No?
Right.
There's a scene in there where a guy, they're on this impossibly hot planet. Like, if you step out into the sunlight, just forget it. You're done. And that's how the guy goes out. He just calmly walks outside and he puts his hand up to the light and the body just burns away.
Oh.
And that's how I'm gonna go out.
Why are you going to get the money together to find that kind of a ship to get to that kind of planet?
I don't know. I'll do a Kickstarter. Guys.
That's of Mick was here. I don't think he is, but we was talking about this program called what's it called? That Mitchell and Webb look. It's like a sketch program, and there's one where it's a game show host, and he was going, what was the name of the Darwin's ship as he went to the Galapagos Islands, like that? And he goes, was it the Beagle? Like, he goes through the different like names, and he's like he's being really, really slow at getting the person to answer, like keep like going through the question again and again and again and again, and afterwards, and the woman starts crying, and he goes, don't worry, he goes, you know, it'll all be over soon or something, and he starts going, if all my millions can't cure me from the cancer, like that, all my billions, and he's basically, he goes, we're going to keep doing this quiz until we end up crashing into the sun. And he's got this, like, because he's a billionaire, he's got this quiz show on a spaceship that's going towards the sun. It's hard to explain until you see it at the like, what's going on. So he's asking this question again and again and again, and the woman's getting more and more annoyed. Oh no! The woman and the man, the two contestants are, I think, his wife and the man who cheated on him, like that. So he's kidnapped them and taken them off to space in his big rocket.
That sounds like something Elon
And
Musk
it
would
ends.
do.
It ends like the series, I think, of him saying the same question again as they slowly go towards the sun. No.
Whoopsie.
I'm gonna leave that one because I've got really out of sync with these refiners. It's annoying. Oh, that looks like a really different one. That one that looks like white to me. Which one is it? Don't go away because I wanted to see which one you are. That's the one I've got. Yeah, my one is like, look, now it looks completely white, but if you get certain light, it looks purple. What colour is it then? Hold on.
Radiation protection.
Yeah, oh, I didn't see the front. Yeah, there's got a bit of blue at the front. Hey, it's Telepath. Just talking about you then, Telepath. Not just then. I was talking about I've got a new hard drive for my PlayStation, and it came from Spain. And I was wondering the other day whether you could go and pick it up and take it with bring it over for me. I don't think you could have got any faster than it came from Spain. It went from Spain to Scotland and down to here within a couple of days for free. Amazon have like the boss of Amazon has got a base built into a cliff, I bet you. He's got a tank full of sharks. As he probably lives. Some of them do live in Jersey and Guernsey because it's tax free or something. I should have said that because they might hear it, and I'm like, next time I'm not going to get anything for years. It'll break. He's coming over at the end of the month. See, you could have ordered something. It won't break. It's from Samsung. Never had anything break from Samsung. I haven't actually saying that. I've had a PlayStation, 2 PlayStation 2s, a PlayStation 3. My Vita and PSP are working. My PlayStation, touch wood, is going good.
Wait a minute. When you said product from Samsung, were you referring to your SSD?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's actually pretty darn good, yes. They do make excellent SSDs.
Oh, good. Thank God for that. It's a bit late now if they're not. They're nice. It's tiny as well.
Oh, yeah.
You could put it. It's small. It's about the size, say, of, if you can remember them, like 2 mini discs stacked like together. Remember mini discs? I've still got my mini disc somewhere. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
What's even more wild is nowadays you can buy them in multiple terabytes worth of storage.
Oh yeah, there's one
It's just crazy.
one was about 150. I think it was for 2 terabytes or 1 I can't remember. Anyway,
1 terabyte, yeah, roughly $100.
Telepath say, who dat?
Hello, Telepath. Who am I? Refusionary,
It's
yes.
Fusion. He's called Fusion. I watched a video back yesterday where when you first started watching me, I was silent, wasn't I? Because I didn't have the mic on. And then there was another time where you came back and I was speaking, and I was like, oh well, you know, I'm not calling you Refusionary. What shall I call you? You went, oh, Fusion's fine. And so it.
I don't mind.
And so it began.
I would know who you're talking about, so it's always important to me.
I can't call you Refusion. I can't call you Neri.
I get
Neri,
it.
I like that actually. A Bloody A. A's everywhere. Not the good ones. If there was a way that you could trick like make it so ships come up in better stats every time. What I'm going to do is when I I might get this ship. I'll set it all up. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and then I'll stop for a bit and I'll go back. I'll delete the game from the hard drive, and then I'm going to reinstall 1.0.
Oh, I was gonna say, are you gonna go back to the very beginning? I would love.
I've got it, but I'm just you know, you can't messing about deleting stuff and then reloading it again. I want to get to a point where I can stop. Although that is probably a good point now, actually, isn't it, to stop? But then I want to do this at other time. I can't just keep reloading different states of the game. It's going to go mad.
I would really like to revisit the way it was in the beginning.
Although it's going to be rough, isn't it? There's no patch. It's a pity they didn't make different versions.
Yeah, I never played the 1.0 version. I played the 1.0.3.
Yeah.
Because that was the first thing.
Yeah. Well, no. Free. I played free.
So,
yeah. No, probably.
Part about like going into those long, like they almost look like stasis tubes to save your game. I never saw that.
Oh, stasis. I don't remember that.
Well,
maybe that's what.
You remember in the videos before release, to save something, you went into what looked like. What does it look like nowadays? It looks like a place where you can buy an exosuit slot.
See, I don't remember that. I don't even remember seeing any of that. I never watched any I never watched any gameplay. I wasn't even on 0.3.
Really?
I probably wasn't 0.3. I was probably like 0.6 or 7 or something. Because it was 2 weeks after launch. That's when I got it.
Sean was doing this series of interviews with IGN.
Oh,
pre-release.
see, I would have seen it then. I don't remember.
They were doing like 15-minute snippets of
Yeah, I
gameplay,
remember. I've got them. Yeah.
describing what you do and everything. And I distinctly remember thinking to myself, so you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, but basically there's no point to the game. I had it figured out before it was actually released, and I still didn't care.
I've got all those videos.
You know, and I still had so much fun with it, no matter what state it was in. I remember the first day I got my very first freighter, and I was like practically jumping up and screaming in the living room.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. Why are you looking for a mega hyperdrive? Oh, yeah. And then Telepath said, why look for the best of anything? Because exactly, that's what it is. Pwnstream says hi.
Because it's there.
Yeah, exactly. Hillary said it, didn't he?
Somebody wrote that code, and I'm going to honor them by looking for it.
That's literally going to be like, I'm going to quote that at some point in a video. Why do it? Because it's there. Pwnstream says hi. Pwnstream says hi, Fusion. I'm wondering who he was. He's been here loads of times. Surely you've been here when Fusion's been here. He's forgotten you were.
Probably not by voice. No.
I thought Pwnstream would have been here. Maybe he's got bad memory.
That's all right. Hello.
Maybe he's got a bad memory. He hasn't donated. I'm joking. Imagine if someone had like bad memory, kept saying, "Oh, usually you come in and donate. Do it every hour until you're like, it's like grinding out donations." I just noticed you've been there. Yeah, I have. I've been there so long. I built my base. You have to, really, don't you?
I have to reload my coffee. Talk about me a little while I'm gone.
Yeah, okay. What's the benefit in stats? Yeah, just bigger jumps. Well, it is that, but it is mostly because I want it. I think it's half and half there. I don't think anyone's seen it, so I want to see it. Planning the meetup. I see. I was thinking about that last year. It just depends, doesn't it? I can't. could be a good time or it could be a bad time. I can't really plan it at all. There's no way of planning ahead. I can't even plan ahead next week. Yeah, you get the... Although, you know, there's not going to be much difference between my ship and, you know, a 0.1 hyperdrive, but it'll give you some boost. And it'll be better than other people's, like him. Like Sword or John. Yeah, I could go over 3,000 now, though, can I? Probably. Well, easily I could go over 3,000, but it's not the ship, is it? It's the ship underneath the ship. You know, I'm John McClane. I'm not John Wick. No, I'm Chuck Norris. I'm not John Wick. That annoys some Chuck Norris fans, that, because Chuck Norris is supposed to be, you know, Chuck Norris. But he's not John Wick. He's gone, Trump 2020. Trump's gone, has he? Yay. Yeah, if you check your ship though, you might have to depends if you like there it says core, but it isn't really. You have to move your stuff about a bit to see what's the actual base number is. Ooh, that's right. They don't have land, and then you can't look, they're coming at me like bloody. It's like playing Days Gone or something. Apart from, I want that though. I want it in this game to have something that happens. Not Days Gone. 7 Days to Die, where it gets progressively harder. What, another A? Checking the mic. They're all A's, all of them. Mine's an S. Aha.
All right, what's happened?
Nothing.
Oh, pity. Another trading post?
Sword's been canvassing, but nothing. Feel the burn.
Feel the burn.
Feel
what?
the burn. You never said that. I said that. Source says he's gone. Trump 2020. What's the time anyway? What's the time? Oh. We will now take a break to check the football scores. Everton a win, thank God. Oh, happy days for tonight. That means Chelsea. Oh, half time. Leicester are drawing. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, you know what? I take it back. The Thamium 9, the Vortex Speedball I can't pass up. The other thing I really can't pass up now for some reason is Jade Peas. Whenever I see them, I have to get them.
Oh, it's
I don't know
nutritional,
why.
isn't it?
It's just one of those fetishes. I don't know. I think I just like the way it rolls off the tongue. Jade Peas.
Are they actually, is that actually a real thing in real life, or is that just their own thing? Jade peas.
Well, I'm
Jade.
pretty sure it's their own thing. I've never heard of a Jade Pea before.
Jade pea. Do you have any jade pea soup?
I mean, sometimes that happens when I go to the bathroom. You get Jade Pea, but it's a very special case, and you know, there are pills for it and things like that.
You had a 65% squid. A telepath, I didn't even know. I think that's what I think. I think then it was probably easier than now because there's not as much. It was like 40 to 65, I think. I can't remember now. I'll check. I've got a thing that I kept from Zane. What it used to be. No, I don't want to go on there. What are you doing? Hold on. Pause. Where's that thing I got off of Zane? What it used to.
Ah!
Whoa, what?
And I just walked around the building and there's like an oversized predator there with like a bird tail and I don't even know, like a worm face on it. It's like it's wearing a face mask or something.
See, look, when
Very strange.
before synthesis, it used to be 55 to like 15% in an S class, so that was less, you know, for the game to like randomize. But now it's 20%, so you've got like this extra gap where you've got to wait more. They know.
God, it's got eye stalks.
It's like a quarter. It's like a quarter weight now, I think. Which is lucky because I've got a quarter. I've probably got a quarter speed on my hard drive. I've just balanced it out. I've gone back in time a bit. I'm wishing it's not that much of a quarter. I mean, it's like 4 seconds or 5 seconds off. And I haven't been using it at all, have I, today? I used it to test it, and now I've A class. Why wouldn't it be an A class? No, C class. I wish it was an A class. If there was a way you could stand and it would bring in better ships, I'd do it. Even if it meant I had to stand outside in like the death. He hasn't landed yet.
I've pushed a picture of my creature over to Twitter.
Ooh. Remember, who was it that was playing and they got... I can't remember. Someone used to stream this game at just like it must have been within the year, but before Beyond. I can't remember who it was now. They did it quite a lot.
More clues.
No, I can't think. I must have them on like I probably got one of my subs. I can't remember who it was now. I thought it was going to be a good one then.
Huh.
The one that drops, the one that you least expect will be the one.
Best friends forever and ever.
Oh, friend. You say so.
Hey, I've forgotten to say the name again. Mamaro as liked, no, not liked, followed on Twitch. I've got 2 today. I think I'm 6 off 50 now, which is like a milestone for Twitch.
Mm.
Although
You should celebrate.
the other milestone is you need 3 people at a time, and that doesn't happen. You have to grind it out on Twitch. For all YouTube's failings, it feels a bit easier. Probably because most people are on YouTube on No Man's Sky, aren't they? I think if I played Fortnite, I'd get more on Twitch than I would on YouTube. Maybe there's things like stuff you can do with Twitch that helps you out more, like you can with tags and all that kind of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, well, the animals aren't scared off by the exocraft horns anymore. I missed that.
Can you still sit on... Can you still... Oh, I can't put that there. Can you still... Let's see if I can make a platform that goes out there. Can you still...
And a sentence.
Can
What?
you still do the predator thing? Where you take the egg and then they come out, but you put the exosuit, exocraft on top of the hull and they just come out and die instantly, forever. Do you still do that? Remember?
I don't think I've ever tried that one.
I used to do it remember when I was getting stupid in the survival one and I was getting killed a couple of times by the aliens.
It definitely sounds like
Yeah.
you, but no, I don't think I've still tried it.
I did it and put the exocraft over the hull and they just pop out and hit the wheels and explode. But I haven't done it for ages because obviously I don't want to die anymore. I remember that was so easy. Actually, that was the one. That was the first one where I was speaking when you came along. When you were there and I was speaking,
yeah.
that I was actually doing that, picking up the lava cores because I just made a bit.
Well, yeah, you were big on larval core videos.
Yeah, because I made that video, didn't I? That I got like 1,000 views or something in a couple of days, and I was like, oh my god, I'm going to do this for it.
I still see people referring to them from time to time.
Like, that video still gets watched. even though I've put in block, like, in block
It's not accurate anymore.
block brackets patched out at the beginning, people still watch it for some reason. Oh, you can still technically take it out, but they attack you. It's how to pick up larval cores without being attacked. Well, you do get attacked, but you can still shoot the bottom.
At least you did go back and modify the video to say, hey, this is no longer
I was going to
correct.
remove it, obviously, because I'd lose 1,000 views, but you know, I've done that a few times. I spent 3 months writing a Metal Gear Solid study of one of the games, and after Metal Gear Solid 5 came out, it completely debunked the whole thing. So I had to go back and write at the beginning, red ink, like red thing. This is a load of rubbish. Don't read this.
This is a whole load of rubbish.
It was though. Some of it was good. I say that's the thing. I think some of it's good, but most of it doesn't even make sense. Some of it was just ridiculous. I did a whole like chapter, whole page about how many times people call Big Boss in some of the games. I don't know what reason it was now, but I went through the script counting every time his name was mentioned. Important at the time, I think. Oh, telepath's lurking and working.
Working? Doing what?
Working and twerking. I think he works at a bar. I think.
Oh.
Guard your privacy, like someone said yesterday. I got scared actually yesterday when that person came in. Just one person went, "Guard your privacy," and then left. I was thinking, is my channel about to go down in a minute because someone's trying to teach me a lesson? I've got.
You know, that is the equivalent of getting out of a portal on a community event and seeing Trump 2020.
I've got two-step verification, so you know, I'll be notified on air instantly if someone tries to get in.
Guard your privacy.
Yeah, guard your privacy. I was like, oh shit, am I about to be hacked?
It's like, you better watch out.
For what? What am I going to be hacked for?
Who knows? Get away from that roamer. Get away I can't get in the room with you underneath it. Get out.
There's a way I can see Fusion's footage and just when he's unknowingly get into stream without even knowing.
Yes. Somewhere in the PlayStation settings, isn't there a feature for request to view the other person?
Yeah, well, I bet you'd know about it.
Yeah, I would.
As I say, you do it.
I mean,
Do it in secret.
If you would really like to watch me just driving over the planet in a roamer, be my guest.
Oh my god, loads of people would do that.
Besides, I doubt that my internet upload speed would support it anyway.
Oh.
Although you never know. I mean, we've played the game plenty of times together, so that works. Never actually tried. Still don't care about streaming myself.
Oh, I was supposed to do that one. Oh, it doesn't matter. I forgot. I've been doing chlorine for ages, and I just remembered that my things are out of sync. Hey, is that coming or going? Oh, it's going. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's an A. The amount of explorers at land, you don't get that many S classes. Well, that one's finished. That's good. Right.
For the amount that have landed, you don't get many S classes. I think that's the idea.
Yeah, I know, but compared to other ones,
The other
yeah, I
classes of
think,
ship?
and it's a Corvax, so you think you get more.
I don't know. I think it's more that magical AI that's like when you find a particular ship in a system and you know that you want it, suddenly the algorithms change to never show you that ship.
That's the thing though. They show me.
It just seems to
They
be the
show
way
me
it
this ship
works.
all the time. It's always here. I bet it's here now. Alright, it isn't, but didn't I swear it used to be that you could, if you had an S-class ship on the landing pad, it would bring more S-class ships, but I think that was just a myth because I've never heard that one said.
That sounds like a myth.
See, here it is again. Look, I'm not joking. It's here. Although that's not the one I want. It's, I take it because it's similar. It's an A. Is that the Lucent? Yeah. I used to know someone called Lucent on Metal Gear Solid forums. Lucent. And this square here, which one is it? There's a square. If you every time you walk over it, it's like you're being. It's not doing it anymore. It rumbled the ground, or rumbled the pad. Right, that's that. So I don't know if it's worth just go and get in, go to get the salt and then bring the salt back and refine it. Then I don't need the oxygen. Probably is worth doing that, but it depends how long how fast it takes to do. That's a good point actually. If I do one of these now, and I'll just take one. No, I'll take one lot of oxygen. Put that in there, so they're both in sync now. What I'm going to do is, I'm either going to go back to playing Days Gone, because I never finished it, and I really did like...
You didn't finish that? Oh, I thought you did.
Like Days Gone, I did one stream, didn't I? Then I stopped because I went off because of my kidney stones, and I wanted to set up my PC and all that. So I played it in the meantime when I was testing all my vocals out and stuff, so I did play it, but I got to it was a really long game as well. You kept thinking it was going to end and it wasn't. But so I want to do that, and I want to play Long Dark. That's basically my Twitch thing. If Mamoru's still there, it will tell you what it is. My Twitch thing is stealth. What was it? Space? No. It's all S's.
Radiation protection falling.
Oh,
I don't know what you're getting at.
Sorry, I was going to say it, but Zord's going. He's going off to watch the new Star Wars movie. Good luck,
fun.
Sword. I say that like I've seen it and it's bad, but I don't know. I haven't seen the one before yet.
I haven't seen the new movie either, but
I've got.
I mean, if you're a Star Wars fan, certainly go enjoy.
I've heard people like it. There's some people who go mad and say they don't like it.
I don't like it. Then write your own.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. That's the thing I was mentioning there, Mamoru. 91.5 is when you scan your ship like that. The maximum you can't really tell, because if you've got tech, if you could separate your hard drive, hyperdrive from everything else, you'll see what the true value is, because the maximum is 181. So otherusly that's not the. It says core when you scan it, but it's not actually the number, because if you've got, like, if you see here, I've got other stuff to do with hyperdrives around it. So if I separate it, you might have so many modules that you can't. But if you could separate it from any other hyperdrive related stuff, you could then see the true range. So if I moved that, I can't.
You know,
because I don't got any space.
I'm convinced that if I let the No Man's Sky addiction take me over again, and we're already on that train right now, so we're trying not to do this, but I'm convinced that if I ever decide to pursue another permadeath run, like I can't remember who it was, but someone gave me the suggestion to, you can't stop out on any planets after the third system. Was that Polstrom?
That was Pimpin.
Pimpin, please. Pimpin, yes. I'm convinced that I'm going to do that challenge, but with nothing above C class, just to say yes, of course it can be done,
Yeah, I think it can be done.
and just not worry about like which ship has the absolute best base of this and base
yeah,
that and this. The only thing you're really missing is the printed spreadsheets.
Oh, I love the spreadsheet. Although it didn't take me that long to do that, did it? Because I give up on the damage model because it's broken. Yeah, I don't know if he said, be back. Sec. I've got hiccups. Why have I got hiccups? Oh my god. Yeah, that core, I wish when you scan the ship, the core should always be the base one. It shouldn't be, I don't know what the core, why it's, I think the core is the hyperdrive and anything that isn't a module. So that would be called a core, but that's not really a core, is it? It should be the hyperdrive on its own, and if you've not got, if you can separate them, or if you could rebuild them without any fuss, the other modules, just delete the modules and just see what it's like on its own.
No muss, no fuss.
It depends how much, if you've got any modules, that would push it up. That does seem like 191.5 does seem like also, I don't know if it's a legacy one, it might be a bit better. I've started a new save, so I don't know if maybe you could get a good hyperdrive from an old ship. If you bought it recently, then
Jade peas.
Jade. Isn't jade a colour? Jade.
Green. Yes.
Oh, so they green then? Okay, that makes sense. Oh,
Yes.
I'm thinking about jet. That's black, isn't it? Jet. Wonder if Jet have got a song called Paul McCartney. There's a band in Australia called Jet, and they had a you know, people say, I wonder if they've got a song called Jet, Paul McCartney, because Paul McCartney's got a song called Jet. Although it's Paul McCartney and Wings, isn't it? What was that? So it popped up.
Yes, that was Wings.
Wings. It's just Wings, isn't it? Right. I don't know if that's done. Empty. Not empty. Empty of oxygen. Empty of oxygen. Yeah, for S-Class, anything, well, it can only be 161 to 181. That's your range, so, you know, 171, mid-range. Anything that says 80, pretty damn, well, is almost the best. It's not the best, is it, though? Annoyingly.
And that's what you're looking for?
I want
the absolute best?
Absolute best hyperdrive. I've also got the absolute best damage on my ship because it's an Explorer. You can't get any worse or better. Saying that, I have seen ones that are 33. This is a 34. It's weird. That's why the damage is a bit dodgy.
Is it conceivable that the absolute best hyperdrive will never show up?
No, it's impossible because I'm going to wait forever. Shield strength 91. I don't know how good my shield is for that ship. I've never even checked the shield. I have to do that now. Do you know what? I've never given the shield bit a thought. Once I get the 181 and look at the shield, I go, so that's not good enough. I'll wait for another one. I wouldn't. That'd be madness. The thing is, though, if I'd buy like. Oh, no, I couldn't. You'd wait for one with the best stats and all three stats. You go mad. The best exotic, and it's got like massive percentages on all three of them.
And honestly, that is my concern.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not.
You want to spend so much time waiting for the perfect ship, but then you're not actually really playing and having any fun.
Exactly. That's why I won't. That's why I don't think I can keep doing it. I will do it in like off stream, But I will go back. That's why I did. That's why I made the other Permadeath save, because I thought this is going to take ages, and then I found that ship, and I thought, oh, that was a waste of time then. But I will go back to the other one. I can buy freighters, and I can buy anything I want.
I'm rich. I can buy anything I want.
That in the other save, there's a little green like Razima like fighter thing, with like loads of wings. I wanted that one. But I you know, because it's a fighter, I wanted to know what the best damage was. But it's not going to happen, is it? Because it's 149 or something. That's maximum you're going to get. Right, so.
And I'm gonna go the opposite route and say I'm gonna get myself a 15-2 C-class fighter, and make the best of it. And I'm pretty sure I'll be fine.
I did
anyway.
think about that the other day. I'll screw it. I'm gonna buy a shuttle and do everything with that. But find an S-class shuttle and just buy it. Yeah, my shield's 191, which is pretty good. Well, it's well, no, it's actually the shields aren't that exactly much different. You're going to get good shields. That's why I ignored it. Waste of time that was, loading up a spreadsheet. Oh, I've nearly pulled the wire out.
Warm up the spreadsheets. We're coming home.
Hold on, I've seen it happen with a wire. There we go.
Actually, you know what a really good thing is right now in the world? The fact that half the buried technology modules are above ground. I just stop and pick up those when I see them rather than try and dig them out.
Yeah, the C-class upgrade. Oh, okay, so 55, yeah. 155, that's an S-class, yeah. 55? What class is it? Does it say? I've missed that bit. Exotic, oh, exotic, sorry, yeah. Exotic, yeah, 55 to 65. That's like halfway up, really. Pretty good. Yes.
Yeah, pretty good.
Exotics go up to 65, well 66. So you know, it's all right.
What are we talking about?
Mamoru's exotic. Yeah, they're pretty. I mean, all exotics are, you know, compared to every ship that's got a good hyperdrive. Is, you know. You're not going to get to 180 on an exotic, and it goes up to 165. Exotics only go up to 166, and I've took it off now, so I can't get it back. But it's... Oh, I can look it on here and work it out that way. Yeah, exotics have 50 to 65. Yeah, so you've got 60... 50 something. 66 the highest, and 51 will be the lowest. So overall, compared to other ships, it's pretty damn good.
So you were saying if I park the roamer on top of the eggs...
No.
What is it that you wanted to test?
No, you let them come out, like, and then as from the hole where they all like come out, you just drive over the top of the hole, and they can't get out of the hole, so they smash into the wheels and explode. I don't know if it does it anymore, but I think from what you said it doesn't, because
when you're in the roamer they just smash into it and that's it?
They just touch a wheel and they explode.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think I don't want to do it anymore, because I'd mess up or something, and then you don't want to die, do you, in permadeath?
Well, not usually, no.
But
you know what? You've got a spiffy external drive. Back up your save.
I don't think you can now, actually. I don't think you... I thought you could, but because I've formatted it for the PlayStation, it doesn't do save for some reason. I thought it did.
Really?
Yeah. I swear you could.
There's an option in the PlayStation interface to transfer your data to an external drive.
Yeah, but I don't know if you can do it while it's formatted to like be in a extended drive. I don't know if it's the same.
Oh,
it might do. I just haven't.
Yeah,
I haven't tried it. I don't really need to. But you should be able to, because you can take it somewhere else, can't you? To someone else's PlayStation and play your own game. So you should be able to have your save files on there, because it wouldn't work otherwise.
Well, That doesn't quite support that though. If it's formatted for a PlayStation, it doesn't matter which PlayStation it's attached to. Of course, it's going to
Yeah, I
work.
don't know if that it's formatted to take the save data or just the like the application. I don't know if it.
Oh, I thought it was just one format takes everything.
Don't know. I might try it.
Well, get on
I'll
that.
try it later. I don't need to do it, do I? Because I'm not going to go anywhere. But I still back it up anyway. I put it on the cloud bit, and then I got my USB stick, put it on there.
A cloud. A cloud's a myth.
The cloud. Toy Story 5. The cloud. Not the claw. Is there a Toy Story 5? Or is it just 4 has just come out?
I think it's just
Yeah,
4.
I got confused then.
It's alright, your heart was in the right place.
It's not actually. Mine's on the right. That's not.
Mm.
That's Metal Gear Solid 2. She gets shot in the heart, but she gets back up again, and then he remembers her heart's on the other side. Her heart is only on the other side just for that moment. And I'll tell you anybody now, Fortune did have special powers. If anyone's doubting it. No one's doubting it, no one's listening to that bit. If Solidus comes back.
Whee! I'm driving underwater.
What, in the Nautilon or just Roma?
A roamer.
I don't think I've tried that.
I'm crossing the planet, there was a lake there. And
I don't think I've ever had one with water on it that I mess about on. Got my fingers. Right. I get really sidetracked and forgetting that I've got loads of oxygen in here. Wherever it is, where is it? There. Loads of oxygen. I wish I could. I want to empty the first. Oh. Special.
it's either packages getting delivered or it's somebody political.
Oh.
So, no.
Special delivery. We like to talk to you about Jesus.
No, they want to talk to me about one of the political candidates. It's already started. And the elections aren't until November.
It started.
It is. I have to do this every few years now, and I feel better for doing it. I just put a sign up on my door that says "No politics."
And they still ring the bell.
Of course they do. But the thing is, like, they're like turning into clever marketing people now. They actually left a sticker on my door last week that just said, "Oh, sorry, we missed you. We wanted to talk about Elizabeth Warren." So now I got to put the sign back up. I don't want to talk politics.
What Xbox have you got, Telepath? Have you got an Xbox? Have you got an X, or have you just got an Xbox? Apparently, Xbox, the X series, the Xbox, the X sexy, is not going to have any exclusive games for a year. Does that sound like a good idea to anybody? You're launching the new console without any games. It can play the old games. It's like the Xbox One X, but another version. Don't understand that one. X-Bone. He's got X-Bone. I love it when the ships spawn and they just don't know what direction they're supposed to be going and they just spin around. Have I not got all the chlorine in the world? mean, come on. Whoa!
What'd you do?
No, it was when you picked the mic up. It was like.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was just talking.
Where did I leave my coffee?
I was just talking about the Xbox. You know the new Xbox. Have you heard that they're not going to have any exclusive games when it launches for a year?
For a full year. So what's the point in buying it in this first year? Is that
because it's like it's just the Xbox One X, but another one, isn't it? I mean, it's called the X. It's called the X series, so it just seemed like, you know. Doesn't mean there won't be any exclusives for Xbox, though, does it? It just means that it'll play that game better, I suppose. But
I've lost my coffee. I gotta go find it. I'll be right back.
have you seen Fusion's coffee? Many people out there now have lost their coffee. Help them find their coffee. ring 0800 find the coffee.
Okay.
I just did a telethon for you there about finding your lost coffee.
Oh yes. How'd we do?
No one rang in. I don't care. I was doing it like, you know, you get the adverts for digging a well in Africa or something. I was doing it like that. You know. Just
Thousands of people lose their coffee every year.
just give £2 a month to help Fusion find his coffee.
Just £2 a month.
What's that? No. What's that? That's just like a cup of coffee. They do that, don't they?
Well, that's what I'm looking for, you stupid cunt. I'm looking for the coffee.
I love that. That sounds like a good Did you just say the C word?
Yes, I
Bloody
did.
hell! You're like, that's the MGK. You getting? Did you? I love that tweet. I couldn't believe it. MGK. Remember the time MGK come and I was like, oh my god, MGK's here, and he'd already been. And the first thing he said was, "What?" He said, "Sup," and then CUNT to us. But
Yeah,
because it.
I try not to say that word.
Because
very
it was on Top Chat, it just took it off, and I never saw it until the other day. Because now I get live chat.
You know, honestly, that's the one part of what was it called? Cyberpunk 2077 next year, this year. When that comes out, that's like the one part of it I'm not looking forward to, because in the gameplay demos that they've already shown, they use that word an awful lot.
Bloody hell. Don't play Grand Theft Auto 5 then. Because that's the worst words than that coming out. Apart from when the funniest bit of Grand Theft Auto 5 is when Trevor trips over the fence. he's like being an arse, and then he turns around and trips over a little picket fence, and everyone's cracking up. He was a weird character. And then he ended up in The Walking Dead. What's his name? Steve Ogg, I think his name is. He was Trevor. And then he was in Walking Dead in the end. He was good in The Walking Dead. And guess what happened to him? He got killed. as everyone does, apart from the main characters. Unless you're the best baddie in any TV ever. It's funny how Negan started by smashing people's brains in with a baseball bat. Now he's picking tomatoes in the garden. He's rehabilitated. Is that a spoiler? I think that probably is a spoiler if you've not watched the last two series. I think it's more than that.
Two. I haven't watched it since Negan walked into the picture.
Oh well, I've completely ruined it for you then, I.
It doesn't matter. I haven't watched it in that long.
No,
Just kind of.
Negan's a good character.
I mean, I enjoyed it for many years, but
I think
kind of got tired of watching.
I think for many it was the fact that when he came in, I think it was like 7 and 8 series. No, yeah, series 7 and 8 should have been like one series basically. But they
Oh yeah, one season.
it was so split up into like different years. It became, you know, people just got bored. You know, got bored of it.
When are we going to get back to the action kind of part? Yeah,
because it was. And obviously, I've just
and not someone's personal arc and stuff like that.
Well, exactly. That's what they're on about. Well, it was like we're getting to the end of the season. We know nothing about Negan really. Haven't spoke about him. Next season they speak a bit more about him, but you know, and people
Just get on with it.
but people
Christ.
love Negan, so you know. Back lurking. Ooh. Oh yeah, sorry. Telepath says it's with sugar behind the tea. Like he's like an American's got any tea. Do you drink tea?
Green tea.
Oh yeah, good. That's tea. I have green tea quite a bit. I usually have rooibos. It's the nicest of all the teas, rooibos. It's like African. What do we get rooibos tea in Metal Gear Solid 5? It's set in Africa. Hey, Christy's here. Hello, Christy.
Hello, Christy. Guess who it is? Don't tell her.
Yeah, you gotta guess who the other voice is.
Follow the sound of my voice. If you can't find that, follow your heart. It'll get you the same place.
What a hippie. He's a bloody hippie. What was that on it? Hippie? No, that wasn't. It was The Simpsons, wasn't it? When Homer leans out the car to this nerd, and he's like, "Nerd!" and then drives off. I haven't even seen that episode. I've just seen people gifs of it on Twitter. Right, let's go and sell my stuff now. I've finally got enough after not making anything.
Do you remember how over an hour ago into this broadcast I said, I'm just going to get in the roamer and start heading out towards that manufacturing facility that's over an hour away? It's still an hour away.
Sound like Cobra going around the planet. Hold on. Why don't I just go to that ship here that was closest to me? You dare fly off.
And I still think they slowed down all the exocracks because they knew it couldn't keep up with the planet generation.
Oh yeah, well that's happened, isn't it? It's got to. -2, no ways.
Radiation protection.
Oh, no. I think Christy said you might have to reload, but yeah, I've not got to that point because I've been making so much chlorine. The ships are coming back. I think what I'll do is I'll go up to the. I'll take that price. I'll go up to the space station because it's a 16-second reload now. Oh yeah. It's the fastest way to reload. Is be in the space station. Or this space station. I don't know about other space stations.
No, because there's not that much stuff to load up.
Yeah. It's the fastest. It was the fastest before, and it's faster now.
Because you have an SSD.
Because I've shaved 5 seconds off. I think it would be faster if it was internal, obviously. I don't know if it'd be that much faster because of the game. I think most of the loading of this. Hold on a second. My wire for the mic is like underneath the chair now. Oh, this moved. It moved just as I bent down, obviously. Yeah, I think most of the loading of the game isn't like actually loading assets. It's actually the game working it out. So you can't really do anything with that, can you? You need an actual processor that was faster, and I can't do that. Sony won't let me. Has anyone ever got like a PlayStation Pro or any PlayStation put inside like a PC cabinet? You don't really.
Which I was just reading about.
You wouldn't need to.
There's some company that now offers that.
Just like have a with your, like, I mean, alongside your PC, so you can just say, I want to play PlayStation now. Put a disc in, or not. Don't have to put a disc in, but oh, bugger off.
Well, we know Sony would never make one because then they'd have to pay royalties to Microsoft.
Can't be. I don't think they could stop them, could they? They couldn't stop if you took it to some place and they took all the stuff out and put it in. I don't think they could stop that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I've been reading an article this week. There's some company that's actually manufacturing PCs with your choice of Xbox or PlayStation also in the same
Or
case.
both. All three consoles. And then you got a Switch, but you can't put that in there. It'd be would be a point, would there? Unless you're Legacy Zero, because he doesn't like using Switch handheld.
And don't forget, even Atari's coming back into the fold now with something that'll fail within 6 months.
Atari, is it made of wood? Is it got a wood finish?
No, but it is made up to look like the old one. Yes.
No, that's not going to work. Might as well.
No, it really
Sega
won't.
might as well come back.
Well, I'd give it to Sega over Atari first.
Samsung. I'm surprised that Samsung haven't done anything. Given they own
who else does
everything.
Razer has a game machine. Nvidia has.
Oh, there's that new Alienware handheld. Have you seen that?
That too.
Someone
yeah.
said that.
That's just a
I
prototype.
think. Did you say that? I think you said that, didn't you? No, it wasn't you. It was
me?
No, it wasn't you. It was
No.
It was Kevin. Kevin was talking about it. It was a voice, and it was American. That's all I remember. Could have been anybody that we listened, anybody we watch.
It's inevitable that product happens, but even that product is just a prototype anyway.
It just looked like a souped-up Switch. That all that did in the.
Well, I'm sure that's exactly what it was supposed to be.
Well, we can't wait. How can you make a handheld that isn't like a souped-up Switch? Not going to get away from that, are you? You know, a Vita or PSP don't really look like those because they've got tiny screens compared. I was trying to use my Vita the other day to do this. I could sit downstairs and not have to, do the grind, but oh God, I can't work. Just one, it's slightly out of range downstairs, but there's still no point to it.
Do you have a Switch?
No, I've not got a Switch. I meant like, did I say Switch? I meant Vita. I've got a Vita to do the remote.
I never heard of Vita.
Just a remote play for this. I bought it. I literally bought it to play because I thought I'd be using remote play a lot, and I didn't. And then it was something to do with Little Big Planet 3. I wanted to do there's a remote play sort of DLC, and I thought I could use that, and I just stopped doing both of them. So it's a waste of money in the end. I've got some.
I've had so many.
I've got like Metal Gear Solid I could play on it, I suppose. I still do that eventually.
I've had so many gaming consoles, and I still have them.
So have I.
Because I'm too lazy to sell
I've
them
got
off.
my Game Boy Color still. I've got
I don't have one of those.
loads of games in that.
I have the original Nintendo DS. I have the 3DS. And I'm really just trying to debate what to do about when the new Animal Crossing hits, because that's going to be on a Switch, and I don't own one of those yet.
I think the only. There goes my power. The only Nintendo console that I bought new is the Game Boy Color. I think I never bought any that were new. And that was it. I stopped. I got a PlayStation right after my Super Nintendo. I couldn't afford it, but then I stayed with PlayStation.
Let's see, my GameCube and my N64 are upstairs somewhere.
I've got an N64 still and the Nintendo. I've got the two, you know, N64 and the Super Nintendo. I've got those. I've had a couple of those. I had a Nintendo 64 which I sold to my cousin, and then this is how long I've had it. Then I was at work, so this was like 2000 I'm talking about now. I was at work and someone I worked with just gave me his N64 for absolutely no reason, and he was a weirdo. I kept it, obviously. And then a couple of months later, or weeks later, I don't know, he got sacked.
And you kept
it?
Yeah,
no, he did give it to me. It was mine. It's not like I took it off him, but I used to work in a Halfords, which is like car accessory sort of thing, but on a motorway service station. And so you get like ice boxes, you know, you can plug into your cigarette lighter. And this man was like thinking about buying one, and he said, "Oh, I can't afford it." And the person I worked with turned around and said, "Oh, you could afford it if you went on a diet." And then that was it. He went off. He ran off up to KFC at the top, and he got sacked. You can't say that. You can't say that to customers. You can afford it if you lost some weight. It's alright though, because I got an N64 out of it. And have I played it? No. I can't remember the last time I played it. The last time I played N64, I had an emulator for N64, and I was trying to play GoldenEye through the PlayStation controller. It was absolutely impossible, because it's like the setup's weird, isn't it? I don't think it was the emulator. I think it was the. I think it was just the controller or something. The connection wasn't very good.
Well, where I was going with this is I do like the Animal Crossing games because they're just a nice change from everything else that I can play. And with a new Animal Crossing coming out this year, I'm kind of hoping they're going to do a special edition Switch. That's how I got my 3DS. They did a special edition of that.
They'll do a better one soon.
We'll see.
They'll probably be a more powerful one, I reckon. I think that's what they're doing.
They've already. I'm not sure they've announced
Yeah.
it, but I read an article about they're expected to. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm still hoping they do a special edition Animal Crossing one. That'd be nice.
I've been watching like the Digital Foundry videos about all the Xbox and PlayStation stuff they've discovered or not discovered, about how good the processors are, and
It's gonna be a good time. Just having SSDs in the consoles alone is gonna speed them up considerably.
I think they're high speed ones as well. So is that even faster than the one you get now? I'm guessing.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Like I say,
they're not going to be bargain basement SSDs.
yeah, I know. They're not going to be like the.
They still have to think about mass production costs.
They're not going to be, you know. I don't care about the I don't care about that. I care about this game and the PlayStation 5 being put together.
Right? We all do.
That's what everyone's been waiting for. Because
I mean, if the PlayStation 5 is, I just came across one of those base computers out in the wild. I haven't seen one of these in a long time.
did I just put the?
If the PlayStation 5 is going to be backwards compatible and No Man's Sky works on it, then there's no excuse for me not to have a PlayStation 5 at launch this time.
Yeah, exactly. I bought the PlayStation 2 at launch. And that's it, I think.
I don't think I've bought any console at launch.
I think
Unless you count the Animal Crossing Special Edition, yes.
I think I got PlayStation 4. I don't think it was the day of the launch, but it was like within the week, you know. I think
that's close enough. Yes.
I think where Pete works is he gets discount. I don't think it was. I think it must have been sold out like the first week, and then when they got another stock in, I bought that one. And I got like I got Watch Dogs with it, which is still behind me. I played that.
I was gonna say, is it any good?
I did like it, but it was it got the feeling. What's the word I was using? I can't remember what it was like. It was just like, if you play like Grand Theft Auto, it feels a bit more alive, sort of the actual. But this just felt like nothing was really. You walk down the street, and it was just a bit. Nothing was happening, sort of thing. There was no atmosphere. But then I think the second one's better, but I haven't played the first one properly, so I'm not gonna. I only got it because it was with the console.
Have you ever loaded up and sat in a game just for the sake of seeing what happens and just not do anything?
Oh, I probably have done, yeah.
Kind of like when you get a base that you like in No Man's Sky and you just sit there and watch the ships come and go, just because.
I probably have done in a lot of games.
I did that a lot in GTA 5.
Oh yeah.
I found this one spot on the highways where no matter what, the traffic would cause an accident. Even if there were no obstructions, nothing. They would always
well, I used
crash
to
into
do
each
that.
other, and I would just hang out there for hours.
Oh, Christy, you may have to reload. Oh, I get what Christy means now. The stream's not working. Don't know if it's what's up with my connection. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've got any problems here. Let me check mine. Let's check mine for a second. I have been getting it a load of times, like watching Sword, or I think it's YouTube. You know, is it? Looks alright to me. When I do it, it's okay.
All right, we made it to a place where I can call the ship, and we're calling the ship. And of course, it decides to rain right at that moment.
I remember Grand Theft Auto 4 when they had, what was it called? Is it the natural motion engine, where you could shoot someone in the foot or something, and they'd fall downstairs. So I used to like mess about with people doing that to see where they fall, watching all these people falling over. Just to give them a nudge and stuff. I still haven't played Red Dead Redemption, either of them.
I haven't played those either. I'm not sure I'm going to. I see the tons of videos that come out and just bug after bug after bug. I'm like, yeah.
I mean, the first one wasn't very good for PlayStation. I don't think it was a bit.
It was different from everything else.
It's just the performance. I mean, on the PlayStation, I don't think it was that good. I've got it, but I didn't. I think it's installed actually. I'm not sure. On the PlayStation 3.
You ever wonder if the consoles are the things that are really holding No Man's Sky back?
Of course it is. Fact.
Kind of a pity.
Here you go. It's Procedural Traveller to talk about it. Do you think the console? It is. It's not even a fact. It's a fact. The consoles are holding this game back, but we can't do anything about that. Otherwise, if you can't moan about it because it wouldn't exist. It's like saying my parents are holding me back or something.
It's true.
It's like saying my parents hold. Well, you don't exist then, do you?
My parents held me back. My family held me back.
You got to get a better relationship, haven't you? And then you make it better.
And I did. I cut them out of my life, and it got better.
Did you get better parents with more processing power?
Not quite in those terms. I just found other people who care about me.
I found an S-Class Explorer, 62% rubbish.
Does it care about you? No.
On my Explorer. Yeah,
Oh Lord, what happened?
If
the damn save stick is floating in the air.
If this game had come out like next year, it would be a different story. Because
it probably will be all over again.
So I mean, they've released it another time. How many times has it been released now? So the first time, next because of Xbox, then Beyond because of VR. That's 3 times. Obviously, then you've got different. You've got PC as well. Obviously, that's different. You've got different territories. What's that? What are we up to now? 5 or 6? And then the upgraded next gen version, which will be set on a different galaxy. Will be set in a different seed, but you can use it. You can still go back to the old seed. That's what I want. It's the only way it can be done. You know, all the galaxies that we're in now will be accessible, but they still look like this. They won't be any different. So people on PlayStation 4 and Xbox can actually play it. But you've got upgraded version servers. But you can still go back.
Well,
That'd be the perfect thing to happen.
when the PlayStation, or let's just say the next generation, debuts, we shouldn't expect too much, because for at least a while they'll still have to make it compatible with the previous generation.
Oh yeah. What, the PlayStation or the game?
If you're gonna add new assets,
Yeah, I know that. That's what I said.
Running on the PlayStation.
Well, if you have all these 255 galaxies that we have now, and just have that separate, and then the new game as different generation, you wouldn't have to. They still have to make it, obviously. They still have to make a new game.
Yeah, then you still have to run both code bases, and that becomes a problem.
No, but I think they could. I don't see why you can't just go to another system that has a different seed. I don't think many people would, though. I think most people would just go straight over. But for those who want to stay in the place they're in now, you just have that different version. I'm sure a game can run 2 different seeds at the same time.
You're sure, huh?
Because, well, they're not the same place, are they? It's not like we're changing the game. It's not that we're having it's the same galaxies, but we're just changing it. It's a separate thing, isn't it?
Radiation protection.
We'll just have one big galaxy. Everyone go in there. Yes, I mean, they already have the dev kits. That's what PT says. Sure, they won't get a dev kit and just sit there going, I'll do it next year.
What do you think's happening with the last campfire? We haven't heard anything about that for a while.
2 people making it, wasn't it? Yeah, but the thing is, though, it's only a little game. It's not like they've said. Actually, I think they did say it would be out last year, didn't they? I think Sword said it was 2019. So, but it's not exactly like. Going to cause a lot of trouble, is it?
I'm just thinking what would be really bad for that is if they just decided to scrap it.
Yeah, they can't scrap it.
Without actually making
like
it. That's just it. That would be like another devastating blow to the company.
It didn't look.
Blow back, I should
It didn't
say.
look like it was like. It looked like it was quite near the end, so they probably just slowly making it and then bring it out whenever. It's not like they said we're making No Man's Sky 2 and no one's heard of it since. That's not me trying to say, it's only a little game, but it's not a game that's going to annoy a lot of people if it didn't come out straight away, or it was delayed. My power goes off and it scared the crap out of me. I'm right next to it. I should build the solar panels somewhere else. Oh, actually, the power's all gone off. What? The actual power's gone off. How's the power gone off? How have all my batteries run out? How's that? Hold on. There must be literally seconds left of daylight. Yeah. The solar panels have just come out.
I've watched you putting all those solar panels and batteries in. What are they actually powering?
They're powering the down. I don't know if you can see that I've got 10 gas harvesters for the oxygen.
Oh.
And the portal. And there's still not enough. The sun's just come out. It literally just turned off as the sun came back out again. So my battery will cut off short. It's alright though, because It's only a couple of minutes, isn't it? I've got 2,500 oxygen, and I don't really... You know, what can I get up to now? My maximum is... Oh, yeah. Christy got there in the end. Yeah, it's fusion. Oh, sorry, you said it before. I was missing on.
Hi.
Yeah, it's fusion. Sorry, I was speaking about stuff, and then so I can get to 10,250 of oxygen in what, a day or whatever it is. Well, full. Don't know how many hours it was now. 18.
Well, I don't care if this manufacturing facility is floating in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to destroy the door anyway.
Oh, it's not on, is it? Here it goes, back on again now. Just as I said. So I'm getting... It's 6 hours till full. That's not bad, actually. And obviously I'm not going to be here in 6 hours, so when I come back again, I've got all the oxygen.
6 hours. Chances are I will still be here in 6 hours. Or I will be back in 6 hours.
What's the time anyway?
You want me to check on it for you?
It should be... that would be good if you could do that. To get some sort of app where people can check your progress, or you can check it. I've always wanted an app or a second screen sort of thing. Maybe not a second screen thing, but...
What, just to see if your plants have grown yet or something?
Yeah, just like little... Almost like a mini game. It's like in Peace Walker or Metal Gear Solid 5 when you get like... You can send your troops out and they just... You don't see them fighting, but you get like a little... thing with bars getting depleted, and you can see... Like when you send out your freighters and frigates, like that. But you can look up a screen and just see what's happening with them and where they are, and look at a map. Nothing's coming. Oh, I've run out of oxygen. Oh, did I pick up the oxygen? Yeah. Oh, I hate it. I hate that input and output of a refiner being so far apart. Just because it wants to show you the refiner in the middle, it doesn't really make any sense.
It takes forever to move
That's
your
what I
cursor
mean. It's
across
like,
the screen.
ugh. And you're using your left hand. I hate that. That's the one thing. That's the top. Must be the top thing I don't like about the controls, is that I'm not using the thing you'd aim with usually, and then the shoulder buttons. If I could use the shoulder buttons to pick it up and put it over there, I'd do it.
Listen, be happy, like, you don't do VR at all, and you certainly don't have the move controllers. Be happy you don't have it. You should try naming things with the move controller.
I'd love to be able to use the move controller outside of VR. I always loved the move controller. I loved playing Killzone 3. When Killzone 3 come out, that was just like the best ever. Like,
because you can aim with it, right? That works.
It was really good aiming then.
That works when you're on a planet's surface and you have the multi-tool out, yes, but when you're trying to name a discovery, forget it.
Oh yeah, I suppose they should have like a thing where you...
I was gonna say, I always just wait until I've stopped playing in VR to name all my discoveries after that at some point.
Oh, you're famous here, Fusion, but for the wrong reasons. I've heard Fusion somewhere before.
Oh, go on.
I've heard Fusion somewhere before. Did he do the videos on doors or switches? No, he's never done any videos.
No, sorry.
You know, like in Star Wars, Jabba the Hutt, and he's got that little mate that sits there making all the noise, going meh, meh, meh. That's Fusion to me.
That's me.
I'm Jabba the Hutt though. No, I get that. I've spaced. I've just found a hauler that's 39.6 S-Class, and it's pretty nice. I think funny interest like that, but I don't know if it's the right colour. I could take a picture, shouldn't I? Should I take a picture? Seeing as it's an S-Class.
Really not that much effort, so yeah, go ahead.
See, that's not purple, is it? He likes a purple ship, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because I do like it. It reminds me of stuff from the old days of arcade games.
Now, I just can't help but wonder why everything takes so long to render in. It never used to.
They're pushing it too far. That's what it is.
Well, push it back in the other direction, would you please?
That's what I mean.
I hate having
That's
to
what I'm
circle
talking
around
about.
4 or 5 times.
When I'm talking about textures, the textures are good textures, but do you need better textures? Why can't you do that? For me, I can see the textures. Well, I don't need to. I wish they'd
Textures. I need textures.
scale it back a bit, so you can. I don't know. Maybe it's just. But then saying that, they had these textures from like ages ago. And tessellation isn't like a thing that uses much performance for some reason. How annoying. Be able to turn it off. Just say take off tessellation to improve performance, but I don't think it's like one of those things that works. Doesn't really do anything. But I can see the texture from here. I don't really need to see the texture. Well, at the moment I'm standing, so that's probably why they show me the texture.
Radiation protection fall appalling.
You've heard he's been on. Oh, I was gonna say he's been on here before, but he might have been here before.
Oh, a while ago.
Yeah.
From time to time.
It wasn't that long ago, but you might have been here. It's my favourite kind of a multiplayer. This that I'm playing on my own, and you know, if it were, I know you've been here, and game mode's been here, and we sit there in the base doing that photo. That was good. But if you want to do anything of any sort of like, what's the word?
Cooperative?
Anything that's a bit more meaty than just standing there. It doesn't really work, does it?
It doesn't work.
Well, I'm not saying it doesn't work. There's nothing really there to do for it to work.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant
Yeah.
by it. Like, there aren't really any activities that are tailored towards doing it together, except for like build an outpost.
Yeah, the different.
Okay, well that's really like one person's vision versus another person's vision, so that doesn't work.
The difference between No Man's Sky Online and No Man's Sky before that online is just the Nexus. And you know, the Nexus is just basically missions, but for people to do together. You know, it's not really anything different, is there? You're not going on raids and, you know, killing loads of animals and trying to get in somewhere or raiding a dungeon or anything like that stuff.
Well, I suppose that's a mission that people could do together.
But
one person could feed the animals, and the other one can go around and milk.
I'm not saying you can't.
Yeah, that's exciting.
I'm not saying you can't do stuff like that as well, but not the main sort of. That's all it is, really.
But that's where the excitement is. One person feeds, one person milks. My God, I needed a Colossus for that. I am a sarcastic bastard.
Snarky. That's what it's snark. It's snarky now, isn't it? We've learnt what that means. Snarky. Snarky. I don't know if Kaz is still here. Probably is. Sitting around. Smoking when she shouldn't be smoking.
No.
No, I'm joking there because she doesn't like it when people say don't smoke. Because I get it. It's as if you were a smoker and someone said I don't want you to smoke. No, it's different saying I don't want you to smoke because, you know, I don't want anything to happen to you. But
Wait,
to say, oh, you're smoking, don't
yeah.
smoke, well, I can't do that, can I?
Okay. Whoops. Just drove through a field of Gravitino balls. You're saying don't smoke as a matter of encouragement versus I don't want you smoking around me.
But yeah, I think that was the one she was annoyed by. People in public saying stop smoking in public. I get if you're on the bus, okay, yeah, but not if you're outside. It's the only place you can do in the public. Depends what country you live in, I suppose.
'Tis true.
But if I ever say stop smoking or don't do something that's unhealthy, that's because I don't want
My lungs, my choice.
I don't want people to disappear.
Disappear. Smoking.
Well, not literally. I mean, like. Oh, hold on. I missed that ship. Oh, I wish I'd missed that ship. No, oh, land, God's sake. I ate it. I ate the fact that you can't scan a vehicle, scan a ship, when it's about to land. Doesn't make any sense. It's the slowest it's going. It's right there in front of you.
On the big list of things that don't make sense, that's not very close to the
Yeah, I know,
top.
but it's happening to me every second of the day. So it's getting annoying.
That's only because you're doing it.
Yeah,
every
that's what I
second
mean.
of the
That's
day.
why. Right, let's check the scores. I think the game will be ending. Or the games. What's the time? Oh, Liverpool on later. Right. Football. Oh, where are they? Everton won. That's good. Leicester got beat. Yes. That makes me excited that Leicester got beat. Because Leicester are 13 points behind Liverpool. And now Liverpool got 2 games in hand. Exciting times.
Means nothing to
Yeah,
me.
it's alright. Basically, Liverpool are miles ahead of anybody. And they've not been miles ahead of anybody for 30 years. But they can always ruin it.
There's always.
I said that last time about 5 years ago. I was writing these posts on like the internet saying, "Oh, I've waited 18 years to watch Liverpool win the league, and then what happened? Nothing. Didn't happen. They
Nothing.
ballsed it up. Steven Gerrard slipped on his arse. That's literally what happened.
Really?
He had the ball. You know, when Liverpool needed a draw to win the league, basically, and it was 0-0, and he had the ball, slipped. He's the captain. Slipped over. Someone took the ball off him, went up the other end, scored straight away, and that was it. It was over. And one of the games just before, he was in a huddle. They'd won the game like 3-2 in the last minute. He was in the huddle with all his team saying, "We can't let this one slip." Literally his words. Can't let this one slip. And then a few games later, he falls on his arse and loses the league.
I am here. You've got a crappy multi-tool.
I can't wait to get my multi-tool. I'm scared without my multi-tool to go anywhere.
Why?
Well, because I can't buy one, can I? So I have to find a Viking has to give me one, and I haven't been to a Viking system. I didn't think that one through. If I'd woke up on a Viking system, it would have been better, because I could have gone to a Corvax.
That's part of the rules. You can't buy a multi-tool.
No, can't buy anything. The only thing I can buy is slot upgrades for my ship. And I can't leave my first 2 systems with like the general slots upgraded. Only the tech ones. And if I do upgrade the generals, I have to sell that ship event. I can't leave. That's why I have to get rid of this one. Right, I'm gonna check those batteries like my dad did when he was smoking. Makes me laugh, that story. Until drained, 7 minutes. Yeah, 7 hours. That says. It's going up. It really annoys me, that one. Time until drained, and you look and it's going up. Ah, it will go up though because these solar panels are still open. It's going down though. Doesn't make any sense. Used 502. Available 500. 520. That's because that bloody thing's on down there. I need to do a few more batteries or solar panels or both. It's only for a couple of minutes though, really.
Any regrets about leaving all this stuff behind when you start out on your grand trip?
Nah.
You know what really gets me?
I'll probably upload them though. What will upload them? Oh, bugger.
I always want to maneuver through the galaxies not the easy way, the direct way. Like, I want to get to the center of Euclid so I can get to, what's after Euclid? Hilbert. And then go through the center there and get to the next galaxy.
That's what I'm going to do on the other one.
So on and so on. But it takes so frigging long to get to the center.
Yeah, I'm gonna. That's what I'm gonna do on the other one. I'm just gonna keep moving forward, and then wherever I get to, that I get there.
It's kind of sad though. I mean, I'm 700,000 light years out from the center, or whatever the distance is, and you know, by the time I do another 100,000, I will have seen every type of planet and things like that. So there's just no point in landing on the next one. It just saddens me. I'm sad.
I've got no oxygen left. I've run out of oxygen.
Plus the fact that, you know, each galaxy really isn't different from the previous one.
I only went to the one planet on another galaxy. I woke up and then I left. That's it, I finished. That ship was a bit too close to me then. I could see the pilot give me the finger. He was saying, hold on.
Well, you reminded me. I really think we need that as a gesture. Some gesture to give the Sentinels.
I like it when...
Oh, great. This manufacturing facility is halfway sunk into the ground.
I like it when they're on the platform and they're waving the ships on. Don't see it that often. Well, I haven't because I've only been 2 systems.
Yeah, that was an unexpected little bonus, wasn't it?
Should have like flags, waving flags to bring them in.
Yeah, but you get the idea.
What's this ship coming? Is that already trying to land from there? That's miles away. I can't even see it. Oh, it's an 8. What? Oh, it's there. Oh, it's a bloody crappy ship.
This is kind of neat. The manufacturing facility didn't fully render above ground, so
I've seen that. Yeah.
You can see the dirt.
Oh.
You can see the dirt inside the building, but it's just covering the floor, so it looks like all the chairs and furniture are actually sitting on the
Like you've got a beach house and there's too much sand got in.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Like in Friends where they go to the beach and it's just all sand indoors. God knows what I'd do to you. Imagine having try and use your PlayStation in those conditions. Just sand getting sucked in somewhere. Sony. Have you seen that? Ever seen the Twitter post from someone with the cockroaches in their machine? Saying how dare Sony need to protect against this because all cockroaches have got inside their PlayStation. Well, it's got nothing to do with you having an infested house.
No.
Clean your house first.
It's much easier to sue Sony for money.
Blame Sony because you've got an infestation. I'm itching now.
I kind of like this.
I'm a bit tickled everywhere now. People, oh god, when did Lone Pine say something? I missed that. Sorry. I don't know.
Several hours ago.
When was it? 8. Yeah, it was like 6 minutes ago. No, not even that. Yeah, 6. Sorry, Lone Pine. People don't smoke though. Cigarettes, the cigarettes do. They're just the suckers at the other end. No. Wah, wah, wah. Don't know, he could be Richard Pryor. He once set himself on fire, didn't he? He was smoking, definitely then. What have I just done? I thought I pulled my headphones out, even though I can hear still.
Radiation protection falling.
Oh my god, my eyes. Do you know what? I wasn't paying attention. Sword could have given me £1 million before I know. I wasn't paying attention when he donated. He's there going, I gave him bloody loads and he hasn't said anything. Let's see. We've got
Aw, doggy.
woof. Don't like dogs.
Wow, mechanical doggy.
Never liked dogs. I like those dogs. They're alright, yeah.
You never liked dogs?
Oh, no.
Really?
Oh, we gave you $10. Thank you, Sword. I was too busy looking at the what?
I gave you $10.
Who gave what? Oh, sorry. Yeah, he gave. Oh, I thought you meant your sword then. Frank Fusion.
Oh.
I thought I was having a trip. Right, that should have gone up now because I was waiting for it to tick over to 2,000 or 3,000 even. No, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take it. I'll take the money and run. Oh, do you know what? I haven't done for about maybe ever is save today. I'm there got all this money with no ship. I've done it now.
Huzzah.
Need lifts in this game. Elevators, sorry.
Yeah, we really do.
But then you can make Metal Gear Solid. You can't make a good Metal Gear Solid like Matt. I'm going to do that actually. I'm going to make a Metal Gear. I'm going to do the big shell from Metal Gear Solid 2 because you could do that. All the exotics here. It's making a ridiculous amount.
I thought you couldn't do any Metal Gear Solid without having a box to hide under.
No, I can't do that. No, I've never used a box really. Occasionally, and some if you're doing it harder difficulties, you might use the box. What's in the box? 63.5. This exotic 18 and 5 is not that good, is it? The shield strength is pretty good. Oh, actually, there's a core, so I can't really see it. I hate that. I hate the core when the core's not the core.
Radiation protection.
Actually, no, that is the core because it's a new ship. Oh, my hands then, that went so wobbly. Oh, no. Oh, God. It might come. I'm thinking about just having weeks where I play, like, go for a game that's quite short to play. Like, if I played Metal Gear Solid, I could probably get it completed within at least. Like, if I woke up early enough, I could get it done within the stream. This Metal Gear Solid, it's a really, really short game. 2, not so much. The exotic's coming back. There's another one coming. There's 2. That one just left. One's just left, and another one's coming in.
Easy. Pace yourself.
What? That's never happened before. When have you seen 2 waves of one ship? It's even worse than the other one.
This one's elite, huh? We'll see just how elite this guy is.
This one was worse than the other one. Oh, now it's turned. I've never seen that happen before.
Radiation protection
Would you Adam and Eve it?
Oh, because there's 2 of them. That's why they're elite.
Do you know what I haven't played since I bought it? I played half an hour when I came back. Death Stranding. Still haven't played it. I
haven't played it either. That's because I don't own it.
I think it's going to be a good game, but I just haven't had the time. Because I've seen like clips of like boss battles and stuff. I thought, there's boss battles in this game, really? And stuff happening that didn't think it was in there. People were just saying, "Oh, it's just walking." Well, it doesn't sound like it is. An S-class shuttle. Ooh.
I'm sure there's more to it than just that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's from what I've seen.
Damn pretty looking game, though. Gotta give it that.
That's what they were talking about. I was watching something about graphics the other day, and they kept showing that as a clip. God, my hands are like tingling because I've been holding this controller so long.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I'm about to wrap it up myself.
Not bad. Yeah, I probably will actually soon. I can possibly watch the football first half 5 to 4:15. 6, but yeah, I'm back in time then. What game was that?
I'm in the anomaly, and the majority of ships have no color or texture on them.
I've never been in an anomaly when there's people in there.
I'm seriously considering trying to get off permanently based.
It's just never. It's funny actually when I was watching the videos back from early on streaming, and Alpha Pixis comes in and he's talking about multiplayer, and he's saying that multiplayer would be a separate mode because some of us bought this game knowing that multiplayer wasn't in it, and I was at the time I was like, oh, that's a bit of a funny pit, like, but I think that's pretty much what I think now.
And now you want it to be that way, right?
I turn it. Oh, you can turn it off at least, can't you? It's not like anyone's jumping in.
You can, yes.
I'm playing it as, as solo as I can, pretty much. Well, I haven't seen anyone. I can't see anybody. I can't. It's not like I'm impeded by it. But if I played multiplayer, I think I would be, because it just gets in the way of things.
You were talking about the Nautilin.
Yeah.
And buying it from the anomaly. You have to get through the roamer and the nomad geobase first. So you need 30 tech modules.
Oh, I do all that. I do all that when I found the ship, I think. I got all that bread still to give to Kronos. I've seen Kronos in the chat for a while. He usually comes in, talks about food, and then disappears. Sean Murray was here last week, wasn't he? I laugh if it was him though. That'd be so funny if it was actually him.
Yeah, he's busy. He's busy retweeting videos. You know how he is.
I hope he's busy properly though when he's not retweeting videos. He's not just taking that money and run.
I still feel bad for that guy. He just can't do anything right.
Did you see though when that video came out? He said, "Don't watch the last after 45 minutes."
Last few minutes,
which you shouldn't, because it's like ridiculous. It's unbelievable. The bloke reading it was cracking up on his own video. But then he said, "How can you get stuff deleted off the internet?" And then he went. Then he looked on Steam and it was like number 3 game, and he went, "Oh, never mind." I'll take that. There's that picture of him, like him as the whole family. It was his face on all the family. So he was the husband, the wife, the 2 kids, and the baby. Baby Murray. What's that? Oh, I thought it was the exotic again then. I've seen this exotic like God knows how many times. I haven't seen the exotic with a 166 Hyperdrive though, so if I was looking for that. If I wanted to buy a fighter with a good damage stats, I would have found it easily by now. Because the stats don't range very well.
It's always the ones that you're not looking
Exactly.
for. I know.
I wrote them down when I was doing the thing. I didn't buy any of them. I could have done. Why don't I didn't have the money. I didn't do any. I started plainly looking at stats in different systems, and then I thought, well, I'm just not going to do anything with this save. I've forgotten about McClorian again. I get talking, and then suddenly, about half hour later, I haven't put anything in there. Oh, that one's out of sync with that one now. Oh, I haven't done anything with these either. That's probably because I forgot to do the oxygen.
I do not know what language that is.
Don't know. Gek.
No, I'm looking at the Nexus missions, and line of text goes up, says that so and so is starting a Nexus mission, but I do not know what language that's written in.
There's always one on when you play Fortnite and the bots. You can always tell what the bots are because this is always the same one every single time you play. They've always got the same name.
Oh yeah.
It's not very good though, is it? The bots thing. Although I was watching Saw the other day and he was playing solo and he had 9 kills. How did you get to 9 kills? It's because the game thinks I'm better than I am. Because I ground out 600 odd wins when you could. Like a year ago. Maybe it's not even a year ago now. It's probably 2 years ago. Yeah, I was looking. When it's July, June 13th, that's when I started streaming, while speaking. That was 2 years ago, and I was thinking, how can it be 2 years ago? Surely I only started last year, but I haven't.
I'm just flying back to my freighter surrounded by all the frigates, and it's like a box of Crayola crayons. They're all different colors. That's got to be coming soon, right? To repaint your ships at least.
Oh, I hope the colour thing. I hope the colour. Yeah, when I was watching back some of the videos of me flying about, and I just thought, you just don't see anything like the colour, and two, what they've done is they've looked at the generation and they've gone, oh, that looks awful. That looks just like a mess. Looks like someone's just randomly put it there. But I'd still have those planets back if you wanted them.
The ones with the outrageous color schemes?
The colour and just the weird, how the ground was all cut up and just like it looked like the top of a cake that had been cooked funny.
It really does need to
up.
embrace the alienness and the unusualness.
Yeah, just take the. Actually, I'll do that one first. Yeah.
I mean, even the unusual planets that they put in, like the hexagon planet, that was an unexpected thing. But once you've been there for 2 minutes, no, guess what? You've seen all of it.
They're just trying to keep it so they know what's going to be there, so that it doesn't cause any problems. But they can't do that with. You can do it better if you had a better system, because there's much more. There's more leeway to have a bit crazy, and they can't. They're trying to stop the crazy from killing the game.
Stop the
So
crazy.
basically, people have to sort of wait until they've got a machine that can cope with it. Hey, it's Mick. Yep, still ship hunting.
Hello, Mick.
Still ship hunting until Metal Gear Solid makes me play it. I reckon that's going to happen on Monday. I can just see the whole weekend of just me. It's still Saturday, isn't it? It's only Saturday now. Usually I wouldn't be playing this now. I'd be playing something else because it's Saturday.
I've started embracing that as well, but I made the mistake of launching the game, so now I'm stuck.
Yeah. See, if you hadn't been playing the game, I wouldn't have brought you over. Me sitting there talking about it.
about to end anyway.
Yeah, I'll probably stop in like a few minutes, not a few minutes, just...
How many
God.
planets are in this system?
If I'd got up earlier, I'd have
How
carried
long?
on for a bit, but... It's because I was testing the hard drive and I was trying to like time how things were doing. Oh shit! Then
Oh god, all my plants are ready to harvest and I don't feel like doing it. Shit, so I'm not.
I've done one time in the other save where I went around the planet. Before that, in the base, before I left that first system. It's the only time I've ever planted anything. The only time I've ever planted anything is when they've told me to advance the mission, or I think I was looking at how long they took, but because I look at it and think I just use a refiner to make everything. I think it's, I don't know if they've changed the values. I don't think they have how long they take to grow, but you could, if you sat there, you could do it a lot faster just using a refiner. Just go and buy a load of ferrite and whatever thing you need to make the plant. I might actually do that. I'll either play Metal Gear Solid next week, or I'll start. I'll go back into the other save and start do some base building or something. Right, I think.
Alrighty. I think I have finished.
I think I have it too. Oh god, if I said S again. And the 5, you know, a 5 and 19 and 5 does look a bit like an S. And especially on this ship, it's got an S above it in the title, so it just looks like loads of S's. It's not.
I suppose, yes it does.
When your eyes
Hey, you know what?
train to look for S, and you're desperate for it.
According to the PlayStation, I earned my platinum trophy from No Man's Sky almost 2 years
I've
ago.
got it. I haven't done the scanning. That's what I've done. I've not been to someone's base, and I haven't scanned all the animals. Although I did one the other day. I did the first one. I did my first planet on the other one. I should do that really, shouldn't I?
God, 2 years ago, Jesus. Alright, well anyway. I am going off. I really appreciate that you invited me and let me vent and rant a lot, because I really needed it and it's improved my mood.
Good.
And I will say farewell to your chat. Farewell, chat. We love you. I think. Yeah, sure.
If
Why
they're
not?
still there. He's going now.
Anyway, I'm going. I'll talk to you another
Yeah,
time.
okay.
Have fun.
Cheers.
See
See
ya.
ya. Ooh. I can turn it down a bit now. It's actually not any difference, is it? The sound when I do that. See you later, Mr. Voice. Oh, that was Fusion. Sorry, yeah. Did you just say it just before? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Fusion's back. It's a Saturday. The last Saturday I didn't, because he wasn't on when I started, and then he I don't think he was about. It's only once I've ever missed. I need to do something with these batteries, don't I now? What the batteries cost again?
Radiation protection.
I'm not going to stand here because that's dumb. Anyway, Mick, I've got the hard drive. It's marginally better for this game anyway. I've not tied it with other games, but it does improve the reloading of stuff. Whoa, those were a bit close. I've got about, I think the best benefit is when you load up in the space station. If I'm up there and I want to keep reloading, I'm going to get, I think it's like 16 seconds to do it. It was about 20 odd. So I've shaved off about 5 seconds, something like that. It's pretty good, isn't it? It's like a quarter. Tree fiddy. Tree fiddy. Tree fiddy. Tree fiddy. Tree fiddy. I know that means something, and I can't hear what it is. Tree fiddy. 350. Oh, anyway. Is there anything in here? No, right, so when I come back, this one, a lot of warping. That's what I mean. It's all computer based, so it's not exactly, everything's been created, isn't it? I didn't expect it to be like massive, like when you see the one for Fallout. But it's not just for this game, is it? I'm going to put other games. I could put I'll try with the Long Dark to see how, because that's got loading between different parts, and it'd be nice for them to be cut down a bit. I haven't tested it yet. I haven't played it for ages. The batteries. Oh, batteries. Sorry. Yeah, I went to look and I forgot. That's the biofuel. So I'll do that later because it's gone a bit I think tomorrow, I think later I'm gonna won't be playing this. I'll be doing something else. Right, I'm gonna save it anyway because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save it in the ship. I don't know why I keep. Well, no, because when I get out, it's gonna be underneath there, isn't it? It's hardly worth doing that. Right. Flying nosedive. Some of them would do mad stuff. I like when you look, when they spawn over there, they sort of go like in mid-air, and then they decide to come over here. Don't think they know what's happening. Oh, hold on. No. Right, pause it there so I can't see anything. Anyway, I'm quite good. I'm actually feeling quite tired today. I don't know why. I woke up and I was just a bit. I'm gonna go away now, watch some football, and have myself a shower at some point. Wake up. Actually, that's what I wanted to do earlier, and I knew that if I didn't, I'd be like shattered later. Anyway. Oh, thanks to PoneStream again, and thanks to Swords for their donations. I don't know what it is in total, but it was pretty nice. And I'll see you on Monday, I think. I said that today, yesterday I think, because you don't know what's going to happen, but anyway. My eyes have gone funny. Anyway, live long and prosper. Peace. And give a thumbs up. And I'll be back on the Monday. A bit more awake, I think. Anyway, bye bye.